Okay, we're on YouTube.
Aim it at us.
Huh?
Never mind.
I don't have to aim it. That's
I
where
thought
the...
that camera was the one doing it. So
No, it's that one right there.
No,
there you
Justin, look.
Yeah, see, it just keeps switching people. Like what?
Yeah, it's because it's following the faces. So whoever's talking, it'll just follow. There you go. Yeah, it just does it automatically.
All right.
Rapid fire.
Hey, JJ, the grab us some shot glasses. Why is the door open?
Because we thought freight train was coming.
It's unlocked. He can just walk on in.
Well, fuck that guy then. Here, I will go close the door for you.
Oh, there you go.
The Zig Zone intro is not working.
That's all right. We don't need it. It's just one of those Mondays. We're already live. We're on Facebook.
So freight train is outside. He literally just sent me a text right now. Hey, can you come down and let me in?
No. So Dave Rusk has already chimed in. We've got everybody chiming in. Wagner. Dave Wagner. I don't know what that face is. Oh, it's a little happy huggy face. Oh, you're so sweet. And then actually Justin Boyle from B&B Cycles, buddy of mine that has a shop out in Calamasa. So good chance for you to plug your shop there, man. Just you can just post it right there on the Facebook page, Justin. And I'm actually in my shirt too. The only reason I'm in my shirt, because I spilt my breakfast on my shirt. So I, before I put my uniform on before I turned into Superman, this morning I was eating a burrito and the salsa just went right down the front of my shirt. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna have to cover it up. And I mean, I was grubbing the hell out of at American Mike's house. Man, we had tri-tip, we had sweet potato, we had jalapeno cheese bread.
Green beans.
And green bean. Oh, those green beans are bomb, dude. How'd you make? What'd you?
I just threw them in a. Is this thing working the right way? I just threw them in a foil packet with salt, pepper, olive oil.
And now the cooking hour on Biker Alley.
Hey, you know what? We don't hear American Mike now, dude. Did you turn him off when you were out there fucking with everything else, trying to get you set up for JJ?
No, I didn't turn him off. He's what color?
I don't know. I'm white.
We don't see color, bro.
He's
I might have turned him off.
You guys are fucking up.
Say it again, Mike.
Say what again?
There you
Okay,
go.
he's
You
back
did
on.
turn him off. See? You're there sitting there just pushing buttons.
That's why I was asking
what
which
you're
color was
doing.
the red one. The color tape, that is,
Which
not the
color
red
is
one.
the red one?
The color tape.
Red.
See the tape on the mic cable?
American Mike is black. He just doesn't realize
It's
it.
silver.
What do you guys do with these
Like
bottles?
duct
Man,
tape.
I got hippie flowers on.
What's
mine.
that?
Like once they're empty, what do you do with them?
You want it after we get done with it?
Fuck yeah, that's dope.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Like, newsflash, I'm a closet nerd. I play D&D at the house, and those bottles be bitching on my shelves like as potions and shit.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
It'd be
right.
Dope as shit. Like fill it with some cool liquid or something.
I had a buddy of mine that was all into Dungeons and Dragons, and he did the same thing. He saved all like the bottles and stuff like that, all the weird shaped ones,
I got like
and he put
skulls and
colored
shit.
water in it.
My game room has like skulls and shit all over, and like LED flicker bulbs that look like flames and torches and shit.
Well, you know
My
where I
game
got
room's dope.
you know where I got this bottle from?
It sounds like a seizure for me waiting to
Probably,
happen.
yeah.
I got this. You're gonna have to sit there and either share his mic or his mic.
Nah, he's good. It was unplugged.
Who? What? This one?
See, it's still not working.
No, it was on. You can hear him.
Can we
You hear me?
No, I think
just
you were
turned
hearing
down a
it
lot.
from
I hear
another
nothing.
mic.
No, I just plugged it in. The wire was literally like behind the mixing board, not plugged into the board.
Are you sure?
Testes 1, 2, 3.
No, I don't think so.
I hear him.
Do
He's
you?
good. Yeah.
So he's turned
Yeah.
down somewhere.
Yeah, he's turned down somewhere because we can't hear him.
Somebody doesn't like that mic input.
Whatever.
Yeah, they might have
I
turned
don't
it
know.
down on the headphone amp then.
I guess Zigby doing all the talking.
Oh man, see that's why this board needs to be up here on the top.
So we got everything up and going except the Zig Zone intro didn't play through.
No, because this one only controls the headphones. It doesn't control the microphone. So I don't know what to tell you.
I just
But
tried
you
to
know where I
do
got
it.
this bottle from?
No. Well, him.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I did. I'm
He's the
sorry.
one to put it on the table. What's
This
that?
one.
Is that an important plug of some kind?
Yeah, like maybe this is why the mic's not working.
So,
right
yeah,
here.
Wait.
Actually, yeah, America.
No,
mic-
it's working.
Okay, whatever.
America.
That's a headphone plug.
Fuck it.
All right.
There we go.
I'm only like 19 minutes left.
cruising on a
JJ.
motorcycle through another dimension and time.
There
A dimension
you go.
not only of beer
Holy
and rock and
smokes,
roll,
man.
but of twisted minds.
When I came
and
in,
sexy
I don't
women.
know,
The wild
whoever
wonder
was
and crazy
in here
imagination that
last,
has
when
no
we got a few new
boundaries. There's a
shows,
warning, a sign
they
up
had
ahead.
the
Your next stop
mics
is
cranked the hell up.
Yeah, I can
All the
tell.
way high.
It's a good thing we figured
Mine-
out the intro so Zig could just
Mine's the
talk
next
over
one
the
that's
whole
really
fucking
loud.
But I got this bottle from Steve Hirsch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Good old Steve.
What happened is Axe came out, and he had his VFR 800, and they brought it to my shop because I had an oil leak.
Oh, yeah.
And so I figured out what the oil leak was. Luckily, it was something simple.
Sure.
And then he had fork seals that he replaced, so I did that. So I gave him the instructor discount, as usual. I called it the Axe Man. He axed his own discount, but Steve picked up his bike on Thursday and said, "Here you go. Thank you very much for getting it done quickly." I had one day to get the parts I needed, and unfortunately, Chaparral had. There's three things I needed. I needed 2 sets of fork seals. I needed one rubber for the top of the valve cover, and they had one of the top of the valve, one rubber, and 2 fork seal kits. Nice. That was it. They didn't have any more than that. I'm like, oh my god, how lucky is that?
You know how I know you were super fucking busy at the shop?
How's that?
I still got broken bikes, Zig.
I know. I know.
Wait, which one?
It's just two tires, front tires. I'm actually going to go tomorrow and do them. I was going to plan on doing them today, and then
He was supposed to do
it's
that
the
shit.
same freaking thing,
He was
dude.
supposed to do that shit Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then today.
Well, dude, people keep showing up. They're
I
like,
know.
boom, boom, boom. You know, I'm like, what am I going to do?
Justin was
It's
saying,
my business, and I have to take care of my customers.
Yeah.
Although I have to take care of the range bikes too, but we have spare bikes. My customers don't have spare bikes. So I am going to be doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, Justin was saying even like with the motorcycle training stuff, we usually kind of slow way down in like November.
Yeah, it's
and
like
he's been busy this week.
super busy
I'm
now.
in Palmdale again this weekend with 2 doubles, full classes.
Okay.
I was out there last weekend. Well, actually, I was with you Saturday in Palmdale the weekend prior.
Right.
Working.
Yeah. It was a good. I like doing the one at Corona when it comes to Crossroads because you don't work on Sunday
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's a church.
Too crowded.
No, it's a church. You
That's what I'm
can't.
saying, it's too crowded
yeah,
on
they
Sunday.
can't. They can't do it. So you just go in there and range 2. Although I like to start my class, I like to have the same classes
It's a very large cult.
from 1 and 2. You know, when you come in and you range 2, you're like, okay, well, geez, hopefully the instructors really got that, set, for range 2.
Yep.
Half were set, half weren't. That's okay. Me and Jordy rocked it.
Yeah, I'm used to being a contract killer at this point. They're like, hey, we need somebody for Saturday. Somebody canceled. Okay, cool. I'll run one range.
Go for it.
Right?
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, but that worked out well. I liked working with you.
That was our first time. Freaking Jordy's been shouting me for what, 6 months?
Something like that. Something ridiculous. Yeah.
And then we got him into the instructor program.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't even. He's been an instructor. And I couldn't even work with him. I'm like going.
Yeah, because it was all scheduled out when I got certified.
It is what it is.
It's all right.
But JJ.
Next year I'm gonna get Saturday PDW
Yeah.
too, not Sunday.
Shut up.
Oh my God, Mike!
You're
Stop
fucking
streaming your
up.
phone right in front of us.
Turn the volume down. This is not your first rodeo, Freight Train.
I was trying to push it, but it was like I'm pushing the wrong
You're
button.
fucking up, bro.
Hold on. So who's worse with technology? This one or that one?
It would definitely be me.
Oh,
Is
absolutely.
it already
Definitely
Is it
hands
an
down
age?
today.
now,
It's an age
bro.
thing, right, Zig?
Well,
No, it's a Zig thing.
No, it's an
On
age
Saturday
thing, same age.
morning. Now, mind you, I sent an email to the other guys that were doing
Dave.
working on Friday, and I told them, "Hey guys, all you have to do, just shut the laptop down, put it in sleep mode, leave it on 6, shut it down, boom, and it's ready to go. I go in and I plug it in the TV, and I'm ready to rock and roll."
Hey Dave, can you
So
turn
we-
my mic down?
And nope, it wasn't that way. I had to go through the whole process, and it's
How's that?
It's pink. That's good.
man. Make it simple. Kiss. Keep
Oh
it
yeah.
simple, stupid.
I walked into the classroom after going down to Smart and Final because Jordan forgot his wallet and everything. By the way, I have my wallet downstairs. I have your $20.
Oh, okay. I totally forgot about it.
It's a good thing I don't forget about that kind of stuff.
Yard sale.
I mean, you never gave me $20.
What's on the back? Huh?
Right?
Are you guys drinking or something? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Vijay to get his ass in here. I don't know what he's doing.
Busy pulling his pud or something.
Oh, we're troubleshooting some stuff again.
Okay.
I think Bernard's on here. Is Bernard's number the 951?
It's either 951 or 909, one of the two.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know if it was him or Kit.
Okay, so if you're working with him, me and American Whack will.
He's trying to do the thing on.
Cheers, guys.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 dong. Boots and pants. Boots and pants.
What does the fox say?
Yes.
Oh my God, that was the stupidest fucking song. I
know it
hated
was.
that song.
I fucking know it was.
There was when it came out. I had the boys at the barber shop, and this kid had his mom's phone, and his mom was in the chair getting her hair done, and he, oh my God, he did. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna snatch this phone out of this kid's hand. And finally, I just said, I looked at him. I said, "Stop playing that." And I think he was like, 8 years old. Didn't want to freak him too much out, but it's like, dude, stop it. Then he went and ran to his mom. Then of course, when he tells his mom, then he starts pointing at me. Oh, that man's being mean or whatever. Then here you go. Now the fireworks started. And I'm like going, ma'am, he keeps playing that damn Fox song. He's been playing that for the last 20 minutes over and over
Turn
again.
your shit off, I'll kill you.
Do you have another song inside your phone? It doesn't matter. We can get blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Yeah, it does matter.
I'm like, you know what? Go ahead and sit him down, and I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Had to leave. Stupid song. You had to bring that song up. So now it's in my head.
You're welcome.
And now I'm going to
dick.
turn it on my phone the second we go off air. That way you can hear it right before you get in your truck.
Jeez. So, Mark Marquez is GP, GP champion.
Very nice.
Doug Marquez.
You know what's they shouldn't have titled him that until after. I mean, even though he still was way ahead in points, he was almost double what second place. Dovey and Rossi were working for a second, but it's like so what? I mean, there's still a couple more races. Don't kill. That's like having graduation in like February. High school graduation in February. You gotta finish. You gotta finish school first.
Yeah, none of
So
that
they
early
should.
shit.
Yeah, they should have just finished out the whole thing. And I thought it was really hokey that he ran up on the podium and went up to a video game thing and was like, "Oh, you win." I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Come on, man.
Hey, we're on kaoticradio.com now.
Oh, are we?
Yep, it's up and running.
Okay.
Should I
very
do the
good.
intro again then?
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay,
no,
30
yeah,
seconds
no.
all quiet.
Michael sit here and take his headphones off.
Loud.
Yeah,
So-
everything was turned up way
headsets
loud.
are-
Yeah, it's kaoticradio.com. So you can go on the app now if you're getting ready to hop in your car or something like that. Although it's Veterans Day, so thank you and God bless to all our veterans out there,
Yes, thank
current and past.
Same shit I said last
and
year.
retired.
I would not work a job where bullets were one of the job hazards. So like any person in any kind of military service gets my gratitude. Like
Right?
nobody's gonna fucking shoot at me.
I agree.
And you write that check.
Never forget.
Up to and including your life.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right.
I'm never gonna do that. I don't have that kind of commitment. So I appreciate those that do.
The only
Right.
job I would work that involved bullets was if I was in like an F.
I work a gun
If I was
range,
in like an
yeah, fucking-
F-18 about 30,000 feet above, and that has
Or a
bullets.
range safety officer.
There you go. All right,
There you go. That'd be cool.
Dave Russ said that Riverside Harley is having free demo rides.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, the same. Well, so IMS.
This weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, at the IMS.
Yeah, IMS is also going on too. So.
Oh yeah, can we plug that real quick? Because officially, Total Control Training is working with Progressive at the IMS show across the country.
Oh.
From what I understand. So
Yes.
I'll be there on Friday night in Long Beach. They're doing electric motorcycle demos inside the building. So you'll ride a bicycle and an electric bicycle and an electric motorcycle. So that's like super dope that we're like working with Progressive Insurance to do all this cool stuff.
Kind of funny
Super
how they
excited
make
about
you. They want you to ride a bicycle
Hey,
first.
make them prove they can do it before they go and
Right.
wreck my freaking electric motorcycle, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about
Yeah, no
think about,
shit, man.
think about how many times you get someone that takes the motorcycle safety course,
Yeah.
and they have no stability whatsoever. And one of the first questions you ask them, hey, you ever ridden a bicycle before? And if they say no,
You need to go get a bicycle.
you should
Yeah.
probably
That's when you take
grab a
the-
bicycle and
Yep.
learn how
Learn how balance works.
how balance works and how speed
you
it
working
stabilizes your bicycle.
While driving.
That's when you put the training wheels on.
Right,
Saturday IMS.
right. So
Nobody gives a shit about your schedules, boys.
now you're going to you're going to.
I'm still waiting for me
Are
to
you
introduce
working the
the
IMS
show.
show also?
I'm not working. I purposely planned the day off, so I'm off that Saturday. So I'm going to spend all day at IMS. I'm going to try to get some demos in.
Yeah.
I want to demo an Indian. I want to demo whatever I can get my hands on, and then do the whole deal.
I know somebody will let
get
you
my
demo an
new
Indian.
get my new gloves from
You just gotta come
Total
to
Control or IMS, or Leo will have his
LPD.
boots set up there, so I
Yeah,
need new
yeah,
gloves
Total
bad.
Control's got
I
boots,
literally got holes in my gloves because they're worn out. So
You shouldn't wear gloves with holes in
Because
them.
you used the hell out of
Hold
them.
on.
You ride
You did not just really, dude? Seriously? With like 9 other freaking instructors listening to the show?
We're just gonna give him shit. It's
What's
fine.
that?
You fucking
I
up.
actually
He says he's
ride-
got holes in his gloves. I'm like, why are you riding with holes in your gloves?
I got a
Hey,
hole in my
it-
finger.
no, it's a G-rated
and
program.
it's-
There's no skin below the chin. Fuck off.
Shit.
That's a solid rule. Tell your students that. They chuckle every time. It's great.
Oh, I just chuckled. That's awesome.
So yeah, you get to
Still
wear
like Adrian.
your yellow shirt, and we get to promote the CMSP
actually-
program at IMS. Is going to be way cool. I mean, for us to actually promote the program in a way we can hands on with
Yeah.
with people, other than
Interface.
just stand there.
And we'll
we
be
are
interfacing with people who
CMSP.
actually like give a shit about motorcycles, and that's why they showed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So that's
And
kind of cool.
in electric, you got no fuel or exhaust to
Yeah.
worry about. You got no clutch.
I
no
want to ride
shifting.
them like super bad. I've never.
Oh,
actually
dude,
been
it's
on
so
them.
awesome.
Zero?
Yeah, they go
There's-
from they take off pretty quick. 'Cause
That's what I've
it's-
the way I understand it. There's no build up. It's like a light switch. It's off. Or
No,
it's
no, no,
fucking
no,
on.
no, no,
It's
no.
all the torque all the
No,
time.
it's
You can
smooth.
throttle it.
It's
Well, it's so
smooth, dude.
smooth,
It's
yeah.
it's smooth, but
Yeah.
there's no shifting. It's really
Right.
bizarre. You can go 0 to 80
Without
and
ever
no
shifting?
shifting. It just
I'll
keeps
stick
going.
to internal combustion.
Oh, dude.
I want to try an electric. I think it's a great
the
idea.
only
One of the
dude,
instructors brought one to the PDW.
The only reason
I saw
why
that.
I don't have one in the
Ended up
garage
getting an
because it's
award.
hella expensive, like $14,000.
Improved on the track.
Even with all the bullshit rebate crap. If it was $6,000, I would absolutely have
Yeah,
one
no,
in
If
the
it was
garage.
It's-
$6,000 and it would go 90 with my
But
fat
it's-
ass on it,
Yeah,
It's-
the cheaper ones ain't gonna get you the range.
so I could go 70
Yeah.
on the freeway safely.
No,
Yeah,
no,
well,
I'm saying
it's-
if the price was at $6,000 rather than 14, because
Yeah.
you get a 100-mile range out of it, that would commute me to work and back
Yeah.
for 2 days.
Then I just have to yell at my office about, hey, you need to install freaking
But
chargers.
it's also like an extra like $5 or $6 for the quick charge battery, the quick charger,
Yeah.
and all the other
Jesus.
shit. So now you're
It's-
at about $20,000.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
But
yeah.
Go
If
get
I'm
it.
in 20
It's a good technology for when we
If
run out of
you're-
gas.
if you're living in where I am
For when
towards
Mad Max
LA
happens.
and that's all you're doing is dealing with traffic, you're gonna start and you start totaling up. I'm spending $30 a week in gas.
That's all.
Times that over,
Damn,
you
your
know.
bike gets really good mileage.
it does. Like it's 40.1 miles a gallon. So
Fuck you.
I need to make a correction. The
That's
new
what I get out of my
38.
cross country.
the new chaotic app is kaoticradio.us. It is no longer chaoticradio.com. It's chaoticradio.us.
We're gonna have to get all new stickers.
Yeah.
Change that backdrop.
why'd they do
Yeah,
that?
down then eventually, yeah. Or
What's
we're
up
just
with
gonna
that?
have to
The
just,
.com is still down, so they're working on it. So that we have the .us up and functioning right now.
There's some other things.
about your mom.com?
Legality things when it
That
comes
was
to
My mom
taken.
will punch you in the throat.
we'll be getting it back up.
.com.
It might be two. It might be .com and .us. Who knows?
My mom.
Yeah,
will
it's
punch
better
you
to
in
have
the
more.
throat and you
Yeah.
know it.
But right now it's .us.
My mom will hit you right in the
So
fucking Adam's
do
apple.
that
I was
until
talking
then.
to Dave. I was looking at you and talking to Dave.
Sure.
Slow Ride's in the house.
What up, Vince?
Vince Grieva. It was awesome because me and Rita were running the basic course, and Vince was running the slow ride course
Very cool.
right next to us. And because in the classroom, when we talk about like stability and things like that, I tell people, like, it's very difficult to ride a bike slow than it is to ride it fast. Just want to let you know.
My new favorite
So
phrase.
if you get your speed up, you'd be good to go. If you slower you go, it's really difficult to keep your balance. There's some technique to it. And
Yes.
it's funny because when he was doing the course and the students are sitting there at a break going, wow. Because they were doing the, he takes you, it's a 9-degree turn right in the corner, and you stop right there. And you start from a dead
You
stop,
stop
and you do.
in the
That's right,
90-degree
because you
turn.
took it.
Yeah.
I still can't do it.
I'll work with you, bro.
We need to ask
Thanks,
Vince if
I
he'll
need
do
it.
like a special slow ride class just for like all the instructors that want to do it. That was like 6 or 7 of them.
Dude, but JJ's got to get out there and on
I
the
still wanna
range and
take it,
take one of
too.
these courses.
But like,
Yeah, I
one of
do.
my favorite catchphrases. I have a lot of catchphrases. I've realized as I'm going
Not at
through the
all.
fucking ranges and shit. One of my new favorites when I get these guys that just they really want to go fast.
Oh.
They just really want to whack their throttle wide open and just go. I tell them, hey, look, man. Not to be like rude or anything, but any idiot can buy a fast bike and go fast in a straight line. It takes more skill and more effort to ride slow. So when you pull into a parking lot and you can ride slow without putting your feet down, you look cooler than all the other dumbasses.
Yeah, slow is smooth and smooth is
Like,
fast.
any idiot can buy a fast bike.
Oh, absolutely. I know we all know quite a few who
Exactly.
have.
Yeah. But I'm like, if you want to catch somebody's attention, win a slow race now and then.
Yeah.
That's how you get people's attention.
Yeah, any moron can go out and spend 23
Roll up-
grand on a brand new
roll up,
RT.
And when you're trying to flirt with the hot chick that's walking through the parking lot,
talk
just
to her.
slow ride next to her while you're talking and don't put your fucking feet down. That's impressive. Like, ma'am, I just couldn't help but notice you got some groceries there, and just keep rolling. Hell yeah.
It'd get my panties wet.
Shut up.
Shout out
So
to Chris
dude-
Walsh.
You know, people probably don't even fucking notice that.
I notice it.
I do every time I see somebody
It's 'cause
riding
you're a
slow, I'm
teacher.
like, wow.
I notice that shit all day long, bro.
Shout out
So-
to Chris Walsh. Chris,
try.
I'm sure you're
Sometimes I
I'm
fail.
sure you're enjoying your vodka cranberry right now.
What's up, Chris?
Chris is fucking up. He needs to call in and tell us about the class he took. I saw him there.
What
Oh, he
class
did. He
he
took
take?
the ARC 1.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Nice.
Well,
So someone else I know took it too, so I did.
Ma-
haven't
ma-
got
maybe-
the
Were they
feedback,
on a
so that's
Beamer?
Cool. No, she was on a pink. What is she on? The KTM 1290.
Okay, I
the
know.
Super
Yeah,
Duke?
I know the one you're talking about.
Or the
I
adventure.
yelled at her because she rode around the parking lot with no fucking helmet on.
Oh, shit.
oh, fire!
I had my newbies on one range and she was on the other
Oh,
range. She's like, I'm
no.
just moving my bike. I said, yeah, with no helmet?
Wait,
She
this
obviously didn't read the rules when
I'm
we
like,
signed the class.
this was a teacher or a student?
Well, she was a student that day, but still. Like, how you going to straddle your motorcycle with no helmet?
Yeah, well, yeah, you should be.
Yeah, at a range. Like,
Whatever.
Anyway.
It is what it is.
Should be.
She didn't fall.
All right. Well, I'm
At
giving it
cat.
shit then.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
tell her
absolutely.
straddle that helmet.
Even if you're I had an instructor do that. This was years ago, and he moved his motorcycle from one part of the during a break, and it was clear across the parking lot. So then goes there, gets no gloves, no helmet,
Oh,
and just
shit.
and I'm like, what?
Okay,
Fired.
what's your take on that? Like, was she on the bike? Like,
No, it was a he, and he went on his motorcycle, fired it up, and rode it because he wanted it closer to our range.
apparently, if you side saddle it, it's okay.
No.
It's not okay.
you
Thank
never
you.
swing your leg over the bike unless
Thank
you got
you.
full gear.
Thank you. No, I'm talking.
Guy.
That's
If
the
the
whole
key
thing.
is on,
Well, I didn't have my leg over the bike. I'm like,
doesn't no. Fuck
you're
that shit.
side
Yeah,
saddling
no.
riding the motorcycle, and that's
Well, plus if you're an instructor, you
That's
lead by
the thing.
example.
I got in trouble the other day for side saddling a bike that wasn't even running. I just it was in neutral, so I just ran and coasted, and I still got in trouble.
yeah, it's a
I
bad
was like,
example.
okay, that makes
Set.
sense because that's a skill. Like newbies don't have that skill, and they see me doing it and go, "I could do that," and then they don't, and they fall down.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
I was like, "It wasn't running." It's like, yeah, but still.
Just the things you see. You're like, why? What are they?
Why don't you just go ahead and do a tank stand while you're at it, genius?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
What do they call that? The Statue of Liberty.
Go the full Indian Larry and just
Yeah.
decapitate yourself, whatever.
So talking about Vince and slow ride, it was 2 weekends
yeah,
ago,
sorry,
right? Two
slow
rides.
ride.
So I went to Anaheim. They had the Coppers and Choppers
Yeah.
event that they
was
put
working that
on
weekend
by
too, damn it.
Lifestyle Cycles. Well, this is the second year that Anaheim PD started this new community policing. Okay, so they started this thing up. So they want to try to bring down the crashes and accidents and get more involvement with law enforcement and riders. So I kind of just went down just to kind of check it out. I want to see how it all went. I really honestly got there going, this is going to be one of those sit and watch things. Yeah, I mean, which is cool, but it's going to be, we're going to show you how to ride a motorcycle, and this is what it looks like. No, dude, completely opposite. You get to sign up for all the different classes. And they got cones set up for miles, dude. I mean, there must be 2,000
They use
cones.
Angel
up.
Stadium, right?
Yeah, they used the Angel Stadium, the
Is that the one
whole
you posted
parking
the
lot,
videos
right?
of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you know how the cops do the cone course, and when they do the cop rodeos, they'll have like a cop following another cop.
Yeah.
And the goal is to make the guy put his foot down, but it was a cop and a civilian,
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
see
and then they
that,
would
'cause you
switch
posted
places.
that.
That was
Mike-
it was
Mike
really
almost
cool to
got
see them
him.
do that.
I was trying. I figured
Whose
I'm
bike
not.
were you
I'm,
on? Whose bike was that you were on? Because you weren't on the RT, were you?
Yeah, that was mine.
Was it missing?
He
the
was on an
saddlebag?
ST. The officer was.
He took the bags off.
Oh, okay,
No, I
that's
didn't.
what it was.
No, the bags were on.
Well, that must have been somebody else's bike. I remember the video you're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I figured I'm not going to outrun him because
Keep lying to me.
I wanted to lead. I chose to lead because I'm like I'm going to have a hard time following him because I've never done the Top Gun Eliminator is what it is. So
Yeah.
so you try to go through a maze as fast as you can and then try to get him out of bounds.
Trying
Like
to throw them off.
yeah, so he doesn't go exactly the same pattern. But I thought,
Meanwhile, he's
yeah,
sitting
that's
back
not
there
gonna
like,
that's not gonna work out. There's no way. So what I thought was my game plan was gonna be is go really slow, and it almost worked. He even told me at the end, he's like, "Dude, you almost got me," because I got him right in the corner, right in the turn, and I just held it there. And I was just waiting for him to put his foot down, and we did that for 2 or 3 times, man. It was like,
That was a good video.
yeah, it was awesome, dude. But just not so much what I did, but just the fact that interaction with the law enforcement and the public. Not only does it get rid of the stereotypes that, oh yeah, they do realize that these officers are actually human and they actually communicate with us and they're actually helping us and they actually give a damn. But it was really tough for a lot of students out there to go slow. The turn from a stop.
Yeah.
Oh, they were blowing through the cones left and right.
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
guys tipped over.
Yeah.
It was there was a lot of respect gained just by the civilians at the end of the day. They had a whole new respect for not only what law enforcement does, but slow speed riding.
Yeah.
And they had some great setups. Great. I mean, they had what they said. They had every motor officer there except for 6, and those guys were on vacation or injured. But they had every motor that they had in Anaheim. So there was like
That would
38
have fuck off.
38 of them.
Wow.
That would have
So-
been to go screw around like, hey,
That'd
you
been
know,
a whole lot
Yeah.
of
So
Nah.
Good
So
day to
they-
rob a bank.
So, so yeah, definitely good to get his speed if you wanted to. But anyway, so they were really interactive. Like there was so many officers helping the riders, like body positioning and how to handle their bike and clutch control.
Did they
And it
do
was
a how
like-
to pick up your
That would've
fallen
been-
over
Yes,
bike demo?
they did a pick up your bike demo.
Cool.
Like 5 times. They had civilians. A little tiny girl came in and did it, and it's all about technique.
Yeah.
And they show you
Leverage.
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
to
need
put
to
your
learn
kickstand down, start from the
you
other
kind of
side.
cringe because it was an older ST, so they kind of just drop it.
Gotta really low center of gravity.
They kind of just drop it on the
Yeah, but
ground.
they got all
and
those
the-
bars on them.
No, I know, but in fact, it was one of their training bikes, so they were like, but it's great to see. We need more of that. We need more of.
Well,
law
speaking of
enforcement
that,
getting together.
Vince Grievous said that the Rialto PD and the Hawthorne PD do the same thing once a month.
Once a month.
So you don't have to go all the way to Anaheim. So obviously, I already know about the Rialto ones. I was talking to him about that.
Yeah, those are really
before.
limited though. What's it, Vince? I think for Hawthorne, it's like 12 to 20 riders max or something.
It's something like that. Well, they got to keep it safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Well,
Vince
yeah,
says
it's
he's-
small.
Once a month,
Vince
you
is
can
going to be
sign
at
up,
the
like-
Rialto PD this weekend.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Again.
So they
that's,
had
so look it up. I'm pretty sure it's
Damn,
on the
first
Rialto
world
PD
problems.
I
website.
know, right? My second career.
I'm assuming.
But-
how would they find out about that, Vince? Let us know. And
right,
I'll
but
shout that out.
it's just going to say that. So this is the thing. Nobody knows about this stuff. It's word of mouth, but it'd be nice if it was a little more prevalent
Yeah.
and so that everybody knows.
Maybe because think about how many riders could actually show. I mean, 1,000 riders come in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they were hoping for that. I mean, there was enough space at Anaheim for
Oh,
1,000
yeah.
riders. They had enough people. They had it set up really nice. They had lunch trucks out there. It was great, dude. It was well put together. I walked away very surprised and very like, wow, they really did their homework putting this together.
Let
and
me get an
it was
FZ09
cool.
and take it to do that.
I did.
Yeah.
Those things are
No, FZ09
Awesome.
is way too touchy on the throttle.
Torque monster.
I guarantee there's not one person inside.
I'm sorry,
the-
not FZ, FJ.
maybe the FJ. That's what Adam Hersey has.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I
anymore.
rode his.
Not anymore.
No?
Not anymore.
What'd he
Oh,
get?
what? Homeboy upgraded.
What he did?
He's on the fucking RT now.
Did he really?
After riding Mike's
And you know
at
what's
the
fucked up
PDW.
is I'm watching him teach the arc while I'm teaching the basic next to him. And even on the RT, he's getting the rear wheel off the ground. He's doing dead stop, perfect balance shit. Because he's doing the trials bicycling.
Oh.
So his balance is insane.
Yes.
Like,
he
just
is
insane. And
he's
his
a
leg
magician.
muscles have gotten so big he can barely fit into his suit. It's hilarious. I watched it 'cause
funny.
he came out of the porta-john. He's like, I can't get my suit up. I'm like, what? He's like, my thighs are too big now.
Shit.
He's loving it. He calls
Time
it.
to get a
Yeah,
new
man.
suit, Adam.
Yeah, I gotta order mine.
It was
Yeah.
funny as
but-
shit, too, because my students were taking a break and they saw Adam riding. And I had showed them the picture of Adam on my bike at Apex.
Yeah, buddy.
And so when he's cruising around, I was like talking to him. And I came back and they're like, hey, is that the guy that made you look bad on your bike? I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, oh, cool. He looks like your evolved form. Right now, he's always been taller, but
Yeah.
his beard is insanely long. They're like,
Right.
he looks like an older, like, better version of you.
Wow.
Ouch, dick.
That's funny.
How funny.
That's hilarious.
Actually, speaking of suits, I'm getting Dave and Allie from SoCal
yeah.
Motorcycle Training. They were at the AIM Expo in Vegas. And there's a company that makes racing leather. It's called 4RS. And they went to their booth and got to mingling with them and everything. And I'm going to get me a new suit that matches baby. Me black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Would you recommend the other suit that you had?
Yeah, I still I want to color coordinate. See, the
I
suit
know.
that I have is
But I'm
that
just
one
saying,
that one matches Raven. It's black and white. This one is black and yellow, so it matches Bebe. So
I'm just saying in general, like after
I gotta
having
look
those,
good.
would you recommend that particular company?
well, I don't know. That's the whole thing. The 4RS is only sold. They only have.
They're like
they're in
European.
Europe. Yeah. So they don't. That's where they're at. They want to branch into the United States and start branching out around the world. You know, and I started checking out a lot of their stuff, how they're stitched and what have you. So I'm ready. But unfortunately, the suit that I wanted, out of stock.
Of course, because we're bigger gentlemen.
Europeans aren't that big.
No.
No, they're not.
like me,
Yeah,
my
I got
size.
the max size, 58 euro.
What was the brand on that? I'm trying to Google it.
4RS.
That's what I wore in Joe Rocket. Was like a 58.
So-
I don't think
How
so.
much-
I think you're dyslexic.
4SR. 4SR.
Quantas mas?
Is it 4SR? I know.
I don't know. I'm trying to find it.
Not terrible.
I think the 4 goes in. 4SR Racing.
Yeah, 4SR. Okay, I had this
I got you.
the correct letters,
just
so it's
Googling
4SR. But
Four
yeah, they
Street
didn't
Racing.
have
Just in
mine.
dyslexic
They're actually
mode.
Czechoslovakian.
Yeah, the Czech Republic. So
I actually heard this guy say something super funny this weekend in class, and he didn't even register it as funny.
I mean,
What?
He was talking to the
speaking?
students about. He's like, yeah, all these phones and this internet. He goes, I play Angry Birds and I like call my kids, and that's it. I hate technology.
oh yeah, because I was sitting there having to figure out the thing. I'm trying to. What the hell? That's why I said, guys, when you finish with when I finish classroom, here's what happens. If I do classroom 1, and Reedall's gonna do classroom 2. All he has to do is open the laptop, plug it in the TV, boom, he's ready to go.
Yeah, leave it on the chapter.
Or
it's
vice
supposed to
versa. If I finish classroom 2, I put it all the way back to the 1, I close it. So when the next instructor, all they do is open up, plug it in the TV, boom, they're ready to go.
be. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
set
showed
that shit
Zig
up.
how to put something to slideshow in PowerPoint this weekend.
Whoa.
He did.
Well, what was it? 2 weeks ago, I did classroom,
Yeah,
and
but now when
someone
you got
left the stupid 2.2
one
up on the
view on
screen
the
instead of
laptop.
deleting it.
and a different view on the screen.
Oh yeah,
That'll screw
the instructor
everybody
view.
Yeah.
I don't like the instructor view.
No, I've not used the instructor view ever.
Well,
I probably should. for a
everybody
few
else,
times.
but the one side.
course, I
Everybody
opened a
else does it
2.2.
that way. They just they just close the laptop and it's ready to go. And I even sent these guys the message, dude, have it ready for me. Of course not. You
Yeah.
yeah. Shut it off only because you asked.
Dicks.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Lisa sent me an email today asking if I could work this Saturday. It's like 3 different sites have asked me to work this weekend. I'm like, shit, I already committed.
You're the instructor whore.
Ah.
Yeah.
What is going on? There's like emails, like everyone needs instructors.
Well,
I think
especially
everybody's
in
getting
Northern
that time of the year where they go,
California.
I want to take time off.
Okay, no.
Holidays.
Is
No,
it?
no, it's been going on. We need more instructors, but we need good people.
Because we keep
No,
watching
I-
instructors
it's
not
ride a
easy to
bike
be
without a
an
helmet on
instructor.
across the parking lot. We have to get rid of.
I'm also looking at it like a positive thing. Are our numbers up?
Yeah.
I think we're having more
Yeah,
riders
yeah,
sign
more
up
riders,
than we've
so-
had in a long time. So
So
Yeah.
now it's
Which
more
good
riders
problems.
per instructor ratio.
You
Yeah.
know why? The fucking Mayans.
No, I mean, he's right.
Yeah,
It's a
the
TV show.
shows inspiring all these people to go be hard.
No, it's not. He's
All,
got-
no, what happens?
Mayans?
No, he's
all
totally-
the Dynas are for sale, and all the fucking street glides with fishtails and ape hangers are the ones you see on Craigslist because everybody wants them now.
Yeah.
It's like the dynamic has changed a bit.
They're like Glendale Harley, which we teach the
I'll still be
Harley
over here on
class
my
out there.
sports standards
They're,
and touring bikes. I'm good.
we lose our range for Christmas tree lot,
Oh.
so we are booked till the end of the last day, and then
Oh,
we're already
November?
booked into
Yeah.
January because everyone was riding Harley, which is cool. I dig teaching the class.
cool.
I totally dig it. I'm like, you know,
Are you talking about the parking lot the Harley
Well,
one uses?
I think we've also
Glendale.
basically we've got more
Okay.
people
Civic
who want to
Accord.
ride a motorcycle. I mean, you know, the congestion's getting worse.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
You know, you
I'm
get
for it.
people on my block. Every single house on my block has like 8 cars. I am not kidding
No
you. I'm
motorcycle.
not
Like 1 or
shitting
2.
you.
Yeah.
For
Mexicans.
reals. And you know, it's just like holy
Family-centric
cow, man.
cultures. We're
Sure.
gonna go with
yeah,
that.
what the?
Why do you need to have? But well, then again, you got
You got 8
it's so
cars because you got
freaking
8
ex-
families that need to go different places.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well,
They all live
it's
in the
so
same crib.
well, it's so expensive to. I mean, the kids can't move out of the house right now. It's
Exactly.
so expensive. So,
Fucking
but
millennials.
you know, people are like, you know, but now you have,
I'm in a mood today, man. Don't start with me.
but you have a lot of people that want to commute now. They're like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, and if it takes them,
Well-
you know, an hour to go, an hour and a half, 2 hours to go 30 miles,
Yeah, they're like F
and it takes them 30 minutes to go 30 miles.
Yeah.
Well,
know,
there's a
there's
lot
a
of
big
jobs, dude.
difference there.
Everybody's working. They need to get there. So there's, believe me, dude. I got to commute in L.A. traffic every day,
that's terrible.
and it is just absolutely
I don't miss that at
atrocious,
all.
atrocious, dude. I mean, like in the last year, it's gotten just like.
Yeah.
I thank God I'm on 2 wheels because I'd be another hour trying to get to work.
Well, but JJ, you
It's
commute on
like,
your bike
oh.
most of the time, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, where I live to where I work, it doesn't make that much of a difference in time, but the stress difference is a lot
That's
better.
what it is. Isn't it?
yeah.
You have to sit in it.
And I notice
Yeah.
that every time I get in my car, I'm just like,
Dude,
slow down and stop.
even-
I don't know
Son of a
though. And,
bitch.
you know, I
Hurry
have
up
a
and
client,
wait.
I had to go see
Yeah.
Lakewood. Rancho to Lakewood.
Oof, that's a
3
freaking.
o'clock in
muted
the morning,
That's like a 3-hour commute.
which is why I took the bike.
Yeah.
That's more stressful for me because I got to be diligent that entire hour
Yeah.
that somebody doesn't kill me. Whereas I'm sitting in the car. Yeah, it takes more time.
See,
but
and
I
this
can,
is why motorcyclists die, folks, because that's the mindset is, man, I got to fucking pay attention. But when I'm in my car, I don't really pay that
Okay.
much
It's
attention.
It's not that I don't have to pay attention, but
You can-
I'm
you're not as
crawling
vulnerable.
along.
I got what
an
you're
inch at a
saying.
time.
I got
Not
what
as
you're saying.
vulnerable.
You know, and I got to try and split lanes and
Yeah.
watch out for the guy that's going to cross the double yellow.
See, I
It's
guess I've just
stressful.
been riding so long, so consistently. It's just kind of that's
It's muscle
second
memory
nature
now.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
muscle memory. Whereas I get in my car and I'm like, oh motherfucker.
There's 2 ways of looking at that, Mike. So you look at it like you do, stressful. I look at it like polish on my skills every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
just
to exercise
sharp.
my skills every day.
Okay.
Oh, that's way better. Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Now we can hear you.
Actually, you know what's really fucking
I can't
funny?
tell
And I
which
just
mic
thought
goes
of
which
this.
way. It's
How many
Those go
instructors I
sideways and
know
straight
that
up.
They go both
work
ways.
doesn't
at
matter.
Harley
I don't
dealerships-
say much. So
They work at Harley dealerships. They don't ride Harleys.
Oh, I've seen that.
This guy and
always
and,
amazing
and Sanner
when you got
and
salesmen.
Polaro.
No, Santa, right? Well, he doesn't now.
Not anymore. He's
Not
on the
anymore.
CBR5.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Hey, you
But
know
he
what?
rode everybody else's Harley at PW.
You know what I threw out there? I told him, hey, we need to talk to Harley Davidson Motors. I'll gladly ride a Ultra
Kick one
Limited.
down, bro.
Yeah, just give us
Kick one
them as
down.
demos and
Thank you,
paint them up with
exactly.
your dealership
Yeah.
name. And
Hook
I
it
will
up.
Give me a fucking
gladly
vinyl
rock
wrap
it.
like Riverside Harley.
Yep,
If
all
Quaid
day
hooked
long.
me up with a bike, I would ride that shit every day.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
and let
But
them
I'm not
paint their
gonna go
name
buy
on
one.
the side.
No.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to go back to what. My face is itching.
By the way,
I know,
welcome to
you got-
welcome to
You
Bike
know what?
Rally.
I'm
I just
not
got one
going
question.
down
No,
that road.
I just got
I'm
one
I just
question.
can't do it.
My
These
question
guys,
is,
man.
for all you little bitches that shave your beards, when
Hey.
your balls itch, do you cut those off too?
Well, I mean, you only have to do it once,
the
then you don't
fuck
ever
up.
have to worry
I
about
shave
it
my
again.
balls.
We don't have to.
Oh, here
have
we go.
hair on our face. What is that? Is that a machismo thing?
Your
or
face
something?
looks skinnier with hair on it, bro. Just so you know.
I don't give.
That's
a
just because you
fuck.
can't see the fucking.
You can't see the triple chins?
It doesn't make my belly look any smaller. So what's the hell's the difference?
Well, we don't want to see that.
Yeah,
we
but-
can see your face though.
Science has proven that women find men with beards sexier. There's articles about this, bro.
That's
Google
not
it.
science. It's just a poll.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Suck a
Whatever
dick,
helps you
baldface.
sleep at night, man.
At a country
Well, I
festival,
mean,
yeah.
he's not wrong. I've read some of that
I'm
shit.
only doing this because of No Shave November. So it's, I'm doing it. My son.
But you know what?
He's been trying to get me to do it for like the last 3 years, and I'm just like, when
So-
he started getting facial hair. Yeah, Dad, let's do No Shave
Somewhat-
November. Yeah, no,
somewhat
no.
related
But now
to
I've got
that.
it going on.
Do you guys know why we do No Shave November?
Well,
I
it's
do.
supposed to be cancer.
Because you're
awareness.
gay?
It's for men's health
Prostate-
awareness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
prostate
like
What it
cancer
is
awareness.
when you're
Cancers.
growing out your beard, it's supposed to be a visual conversation starter. So you can talk about things like prostate cancer and testicular cancer and doing these self checks, like the male version of a mammogram.
Yeah,
like
can you
you're
come-
supposed
Yeah.
to, you're supposed to
No,
check for lumps
self
and shit.
check, fucker. That's not
Yeah.
a self check between friends.
Well,
That's
I need a
self-
second
I
opinion.
check
It's
myself
supposed
every
to be for
morning when
that.
I'm itching
So
myself.
when
I
I
think I
started
got a
doing
lump.
it
Can
every
you check
year,
it?
I
got two lumps down here. Can you help me out?
These motherfuckers. I didn't realize it was for a specific reason, but I actually have a buddy who lives in Reno who was dying of prostate cancer.
Oh shit.
And he's gotten like up and down, up and down, up and down. But so this year I have a fucking reason. Like now it's hit me closer to home because I have this friend who's actually going through this shit. And guys don't think about it. Like breast cancer is huge. You got the Susan G. Komen and the fucking pink ribbons everywhere, and they get a month. Nobody has like ball cancer month. That's not a thing.
That's
you know?
true.
I don't think it ever
He's
will.
got a point.
Nobody wants to think about nut sacks because they're not pretty, but we fucking need them.
Right?
That's why.
So if me growing my beard gets some attention and gets some funding to
Yeah.
go to that
Hey,
shit,
JJ,
cool.
Yeah.
can you do me a favor?
That's why I'm gonna
Please.
I'm gonna Botox my balls. That way they're nice and smooth.
No, I get it.
That would be funny. They'd look like your head.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No, he's got. Ridal's got a valid point.
No, very valid.
There's it's always the cancer awareness is always it's revolved around women.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
well,
you know,
and rightly
that's-
so, because bikers like titties.
Yeah.
We get it. See?
Bikers need balls too, right? Thank you, my friend. Did you want to shut while you're inside here?
Oh, that was
Let's
easy.
we did that one that Steve got us. Let's do that one that American Mike brought in. But I'm going to go back to American Mike's deal, and I'm sure a lot of the guys that are chiming in, the
Here, do you
instructors,
think?
what have you, or other riders that our list is really going huge on here. Is you said it's a lot more stressful riding your motorcycle than having to deal with all that traffic. Okay, which is. That is a really good point because that's why I tell before the students leave classroom 2, be prepared for independent riding.
Yeah.
And there's before they leave, then you talk about lane splitting.
Yeah. Not much.
But when
We
it
try to
does
cover
come
it.
up,
We cover it better than the DMV does. That's for
Right.
damn sure.
Mike's
Could you
that
fill
guy
those a
that
little
goes.
more full, bro.
but people,
Fuck.
Mike's the guy that goes right on the perimeter exercise 20.
God, don't let Jordy pour the shots.
trying to get
Look
you
at
guys
this guy. man.
Oh my god.
Holy, well,
This
you
radio
just-
show, man. You're fucking up.
Now he can't. Now he can't.
Fucking up, Jordy. Even
Why
I know
did you
you're
let
fucking
him
up.
do it?
Party foul.
He doesn't even drink.
Because you weren't paying attention.
Think about this statement for
I didn't
just
have him do it. I said chorus. I was
He
talking
wasn't
to
fucking
you.
listening to me. He's over here chilling.
My
you
God,
go.
they're
There's the
just
small one.
dumping it all
There's
over
the
the
small one,
place.
buddy.
There you go.
I'll clean it up when there's a break.
Not my circus. Not my
Guys,
circus.
I swear to God.
Yep, that's it.
But I tell my students because we had a lot of people when they're new, they're nervous, and then that's one of the things when, especially during classroom 1, and you said and there's a picture, there's a picture of cheers, guys. There's a picture of like the 5 freeway or whatever,
Yeah, sure.
right? And there's tons of traffic, and we tell them to obviously scan aggressively and purposefully.
Yeah.
And I says, okay, well, and I'll ask the students. I'll say, okay, well, so if you're in this situation, you have all these cars. How far do you? How much of these cars should you really pay attention to?
All of them.
And, well, that's the correct
There
answer.
we
But
go.
people are like going, okay, well, because they're thinking the immediate. You know what I mean?
They're thinking like the 2 cars in front of them.
Yes.
Like, nah, dude.
Which is like what you do when you drive a car.
I'm
You're
watching
not really
10 fucking cars on this side and 10 fucking cars on that side. I'm looking at my whole little lane.
And I'm like, well, see, everything up here, if you don't recognize something way up here, it could be a domino effect, and and obviously you're traveling that direction.
Yeah.
The dominoes are coming back in your direction. So, and they're like, wow, that's a lot.
And it's not just these two guys. It's the one that's 4 lanes over that cuts
Exactly.
over that makes this guy swerve.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So they go like, well, man, I mean, I had a student tell me, am I ever going to be able to enjoy my ride if I have to do all this? Well, maybe I might not commute. I said,
Maybe
well,
you
look,
won't enjoy it.
Well, the thing is that
Mike.
the more
I do.
practice you get at it,
Yeah.
what it happens, it becomes a muscle memory,
Yeah.
and you don't have to actually think so much.
Yeah.
Your brain just
You're
recognizes.
you're recognizing things, and you do it so fluently that it just becomes second nature.
I get that, and I feel that way most of the time.
Yeah.
But by the same token, it's vigilance all the time.
And see, what
Yeah.
I like is Mike is proving the point. Like, that's just rider readiness. He knows full fucking well, I am not mentally ready to do this ride today. And he doesn't ride. Smart dude. I would rather you leave the bike at home in the fucking garage than crash because you were overwhelmed.
Well,
Right.
we called that yesterday.
Yeah.
Me and American Mike were supposed to go for a ride, and then we're going to go back to his house and watch MotoGP and make tri-tip and eat. I texted him. I says, "Hey, dude, the winds are supposed to be 40 to 60 mile per hour gusts. I'm thinking that we should just go ahead and I'll be at your house at noon." He texted me back, "I'm glad somebody's thinking the same thing, because you know what he would have done? I wouldn't have said nothing. He would have just showed up.
Then he'd been
Still
miserable.
on his
the
bike,
whole
going, okay,
fucking
I'm going to
time.
stay committed because Zig didn't.
If he thinks
feels
I
all
can
good.
do it, I can do it. That's right.
That's a vote of confidence,
But
man.
but I don't.
Yeah.
I chose. I mean, as an experienced rider, I chose not to put myself in that.
Well, that was
type of
like that day
environment.
we were going up to Big Bear and start seeing little patches of ice on the roads. Like,
Oh,
I think
right.
it's time to turn around and go the other way.
Yeah, because I pulled up because he was just still behind me, and finally I'm like going, okay, I'm out of my comfort zone, because then I started getting freaked out, and because
That's not
we
good.
go around a corner and losing a little traction, I'm like going, yeah, losing a little traction if I'm on the track, I'm okay with that because I'm in control of the
There's a
situation. I'm
runoff.
expecting it, but if it's on ice, no. And so I pull over and I says, hey. I'm feeling a little out of my comfort zone, man. You mind if we just turn around? We'll go up to 330 and we'll go to Rocky. He's like, yes, yes.
I got no shame. None whatsoever.
Whatever you want to do, Zig, I'm right there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably something mental. Well, there's probably a lot of mentally there. But that kind of stuff, I'm just like, ooh, challenge. Ooh, challenge.
Yeah, challenge.
Let's take it.
Yeah, so when
Which probably
I
always isn't the
spent-
best choice.
I spent 30 years up in the San Bernardino Mountains. We had a cabin up in Crestline, right? So I decided to ride my Yamaha DT3 down Lake Drive in the winter, and it had been snowing.
Oof.
But it was plowed and cleared, and I'm like having fun, riding around until I got underneath the shade on Lake Drive, and there was ice I didn't see. Man, I remember going like, "What?"
Yeah, it's not kind of a slide. It's like, ooh.
Yeah,
Well, I
it was
grew up in
like-
Denver, so
Yeah.
I get that.
So I slide on my ass about 40 miles an hour down Lake Drive, and there's a car coming out of the way,
Oh, no.
and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Left.
The guy stops, and I skid to a stop, and I get up, and the guy rolls down his window, and pulls up. This is like 25 years ago. Rolls up next to me, rolls down his window, and what do you expect he's gonna say?
Hey, you all right,
Dumbass.
man? Like, you good?
Right?
No, I'm expecting dumbass.
Winner. Pretty stupid being out here in this ice, isn't it? Rolls the window up and takes off.
Fuck off, dickhead. Like,
You know what would have been even better is if he would have hit a patch of ice that just fucking spun out.
Yeah, off into the lake.
Well, speaking
Fuck
of
this
ice,
clown.
on Saturday we're doing classroom 2, and we get to the slide where it has the picture of the ice, right? The snow. And this guy, I'm letting him do that slide.
Extreme
so we're
surfaces.
kind of switching off.
Oh, that's kinda
and he
cool.
goes, yeah, like Zig takes us, to blah blah blah, and has us go down the road like this. And I went like, no, Jordy, that was your fault. You the one that led us through that.
He must not have been paying the fucking attention because I said,
No.
yeah, or you could be like me and take a right turn and then everybody behind you follows you
No,
down
he
a
didn't.
snowy
No,
road.
he didn't. He's so full of shit.
he fucked up.
And,
That was all Jordy's fault. I was there.
I know.
That was totally your
It
fault.
was totally my fault. You all followed me.
decided to go.
Boom!
You decided to go through the fucking residentials instead of staying on the main highway.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, cool. Oh, where the fuck is Sheba? Oh, she's in a ditch.
And she was on a Can-Am
She was on her
Spider.
spider. She just slid.
It's one thing to ride something off road or made for it, but to ride a street bike in ice is
Oh
not,
yeah,
it's
no,
not
it
a
was
very
all
good
two
idea.
wheels except the one Spider, and she's the only one that ended up in the
Isn't it
ditch.
fun, though?
I use that.
I was on like an 1,100-pound custom chopper.
Yeah, it was great.
So I use that slide. I tell the students, I'm like, you need to be a weatherman. You need to check the weather before you go ride. And if you decide you want to go ride in the mountains and they're calling for ice and snow, that's
Don't
a good day to
ride
go
the
ride the
mountain.
coast and ride
see,
the
go to the
go
beach.
see
You
the
know,
beach.
I tell them because we get to slide on extreme surfaces. I go, you remember yesterday we talked about rider readiness? One of those bullets said a knowledge of your riding conditions. How many of you have a smartphone in your pocket right now? And they all raise their hands. I go, so you couldn't have just asked Siri if it was snowing in Big Bear before you went there?
Right?
Because I fucked up that day. I trusted y'all because it was 80 degrees in Riverside, 32 on the mountain. It's my fuck up.
Right.
Hey,
I
wasn't-
should have checked.
I
'Cause now
wasn't
I'm in the
that much
fucking snow
happier.
in a flannel with my teeth and my balls chattering. All bad. And that's my fault because I didn't check.
Okay,
now
so
I know better.
back to the thing at Rialto. They do
Oh, yeah.
post it, so just go on to the Rialto PD site. You can find out.
Cool.
I'm actually working. I'm working in Camarillo. I'm doing a turnaround in Camarillo. I'm
Again?
going to go to Camarillo, and then I'm going to turn around and come back, and then I'm going to be at Cerritos at 5:30 in the morning doing a
dog.
double. But Christy Walsh said that we were talking about the suits. Her new suits coming in. $1,800.
Wow.
Should be here any day now.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that was the thing about the,
What you do?
But
Buy
that's
a
a
Ducati.
that's a
Well, my
custom,
arrow stitch, I think,
custom
was
leather.
about 1,200.
What's that?
That arrow stitch I got was about 1,200.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I really
Well,
want
but
the
then
arrow
again,
stitch.
good gear is not cheap.
No, it's
You know
not.
what
No,
I mean?
and that'll last me as long as I can fit in it.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah.
Well, but
arrow
also it's Christie's is a track suit, so
Oh,
Yeah, well,
you know,
she-
and
The
she
Walshes-
rides.
Yeah, the Walshes
she
ride
does.
track a lot, so that's a solid investment. Mike got that arrow stitch suit because the type of riding he does is different.
yeah, more
you bought a
touring
bike
and
to go to
stuff.
fucking Sturgis. Let's
Right.
go.
And I got it for this Grand Canyon ride that got canceled because it was snowing.
And actually,
Should have gone anyway.
And
Yeah,
actually, Chris
absolutely.
It wasn't my call.
Vince and
Put some chains on
that.
Chris, Vince and Chris were having a conversation back and forth, and Chris is going to be. He goes, yeah, I'm at the track that weekend. So, Chris, are you going to Chuckwalla and join us on the 24th? You're going to be on the 25th, buddy. I'm really hoping you're going to be on the 24th because I'm not going to be on the 25th. Me and my buddy Vince and my buddy Mike are going to go out there. Going to camp out Friday, get up, boom, hit the track, and then camp out again, and then wake up, and then come home.
You talking about Cardona?
Yes.
Cool. Does
My
he
buddy
listen to the
Vince
show?
Cardona, not Vince Riva.
Does he listen to the show?
No.
Okay, well then I was gonna say some shit, but never mind. Fuck off.
Well, he'll view the show later. Like
Okay,
he usually goes
yeah,
back
cool.
on the YouTube and what have you.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just gonna say like, hey man, thanks for letting me chill at your crib and like sleep on your floor. That was pretty dope.
Oh, that's right, the PDW. Yeah.
Like my door is always open because dude hooked me up. So
yeah.
yeah,
My brother Vince and his wife Marty are just
Yeah, they're really nice.
They took
best
good
people
care
on
of
the
us, bro.
planet. I
Yeah.
love them so much. But so hopefully, Chris, you're gonna be on the 24th, buddy boy, because we need to get our groove on.
Yeah, I'm doing Thanksgiving with my mom. Sorry I can't make it.
We're
Oh,
doing
then so it's Biker Alley, but then Tim Janelle decided to, hey, do you know that Stan Lee died today?
yeah,
he,
that's sad.
he
to
like
me.
directs movies.
That
You
is
know
sad.
what? If you
Because he was the creator of Ghost Rider. So I'm just saying, and that's my favorite
Well, here's the thing, dude.
Marvel
Like
comic.
Stan Lee has made a cameo in every Marvel movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
he
has.
And
has.
now there will never be another cameo. I looked forward to his little spit in
Shit,
every
didn't he
fucking
do
movie.
the original Fast and the Furious too?
No,
Huh? No.
No.
That was who was the director
You
of that?
suck.
Did the same
He
thing.
wasn't a
you suck,
director.
bro.
No, I said whoever the director of that was did the same thing. Did a
Oh.
cameo.
at the end of the
Stephen
day,
King used to do that. But
Yeah.
Stephen King
Well, and
did, yeah.
other
Tarantino
stuff.
does it too. He's in a lot of his own
Yeah.
movies. Shyamalan's in most of his own movies.
Shamalama Ding Dong.
Shyamalan Ding Dong.
look, and even at
They
90,
can still take
you-
stock footage of his ass.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up though, dude. Like,
Even
don't-
at
They got a
90,
Tupac.
Hey, if they
fucking
can bring
honor the
Johnny
dead,
Cash
okay?
back.
Like,
even at 95, you look good though.
No,
I
it
mean,
was Roy
if-
Orbison.
yeah, but
They
you know what's
did a
fucked up?
hologram of Roy
Is, like,
Orbison.
his in-home care providers were fucking up, dude.
Oh, yeah.
They like wouldn't bathe him for days at a time, and they weren't taking good care of him. Kevin Smith, the guy that played Silent Bob in Jay and Silent Bob, he's like a huge comic book nerd, and when he found out that all the in-home care providers were fucking up, he actually offered to have Stan Lee just come live with him.
Oh wow.
He's like, dude,
Wow.
I'll take care of him. I will literally wipe his ass because that's what he deserves. Is somebody who gives a shit about him. And then he died.
Interesting.
Wow. I want to give a shout out to my buddy John Hanny. He's in Toronto, Canada. He's chiming in.
Cool,
So
eh?
that's
Right on.
awesome. I'm pretty sure it's starting to get cold there right
Yeah,
now.
no joke.
Yeah.
You know.
Winterization of
It's
motorcycles.
one of the things I like about when Deb comes over. Tells me about how freezing it is back in
Oh,
Minneapolis.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
She had a strong accent, man.
Yeah.
It's
It was
cold outside.
cracking
Would
me
you
up.
like to get your coat?
Oh, dude, she had the full on accent. It was cracking me up.
I got a buddy from Minnesota. That's my favorite thing he says is coat.
But she was really cool, laid back chick.
Yep, I have a good time. I've been riding with her almost every weekend.
A boot. What time did you go? A boot 6?
Boot 6 o'clock.
But six.
Wait, how did we start
Spotted
making
a-
fun of
Don't
Canadians?
you know?
She took
spotted
like
a
a
moose
3-week
there, don't
ride
you know?
from Minneapolis to somewhere in Alaska.
Fargo-y.
Yeah,
All
she was
across
at the bottom
Canada.
of
It was
Alaska.
beautiful.
The lower, yeah.
I want to go to Alaska.
I saw some of the pictures of that ride. It's magnificent.
It's like my buddy Ryan Austin. He lives in Canada. He's like, we go have a mitt full of break. Oh, there's a
mitt
mitt
full.
full, you know.
A midful.
Yeah.
What the hell's a mid?
Hey, how did
well,
we get
it's
on
a
making
glove
fun of
with no
Canadians?
fingers
Like,
in
what's
it.
that about?
Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of like when I was at the PDW and I was
Hey,
we were at the
Lot of
maximum
A.
braking session, and here I come. He's like going, "Hey, I need you. Hey, good stop, Zig. I need you 2% more."
2% more. 2% of what? I have no quantity here.
Right. 2% of 100.
subjective.
2% of like
Too-
50.
yeah, too subjective here, man.
I didn't find them when I came by one time. I was like going, well, okay, well, what is 2% more? Because my rear tire's off the ground. Because every time I get back in line, there's like going, hey Zig, nice stoppie. Okay, well I need 2% more.
Well, that's the
2%
thing.
more. What am I gonna do?
I can't remember who it was. It was one of the guys that works for Kevin out in Arizona that was doing the PDW on Sunday. Same thing, the quick stop. And he kept telling me that. All right, I need like 2-3% more. All right.
Fuck it.
All right, I need way less.
Yeah, no, this guy does a complete 12 o'clock. And Dave Woods, our boss, was there too. He's like, oh, wow. I go to Chase the Rain. It's me and Retail.
Fucking A.
And then and Dave Woods comes up and he goes, I says, because he was at the IT the weekend prior. And he says, he goes, yeah, your buddy Jordan was at the IT. Yeah, man, how'd he do? He goes, well, he did a really impressive stoppie. He said he just went up like this. He goes,
I
I'm
remember
so
when you
glad
did
he
it.
let go of that front brake.
I remember when you did it. Like I was teaching a
Oh, the
brake
R2, yeah.
course, and you were in the R2, and they had you doing the quick like just front brake, and I was watching Adam's face as you rolled up to him and grabbed that front brake, and your rear tire came up to about 11:30.
That's right, because you were
And
used to
his,
the 1,000,
his eyes
right?
got really big, but his mouth didn't move. He was just like, "Oh shit!" And when you came down, he went. Like you didn't see it because you were right next to him, but I saw it from way up on the fucking balcony because his face was just like, "Oh!" Like, cool, he didn't die. That's great. That's a good start.
Oh, that reminds me.
Look
We
like
need
that.
to.
Then he tells me he goes okay Zig, that was a great use of the front brake. Now maybe a little bit less towards the end. Okay, so I did it maybe like 9 o'clock, and he's like going, hey, that was a great stop. You're done. Yeah, just go ahead and park right over there.
Hey, I got to come
All
by
right,
the
next
shop.
rider.
We got to adjust my suspension. I got to come by the shop this week.
You probably your fat ass probably blew your suspension.
That's
I'm
No.
just saying.
That's mean.
No,
I
because you
need
just redid
tires.
the forks. They're good. It's never been dialed in for me at all, so it's just super, like it just rebounds like a motherfucker.
I need tires for Christmas.
No, we probably need to
put in different springs.
probably
Factor.
revalve it or something. I don't know. It depends on how much money you want to invest in that thing.
Not a shitload.
But
I don't plan on keeping it after I pay it off. Wait, I mean, after I pay my car off. I might trade up to something like an RT.
Okay, so Chris, you're gonna be on the 24th. Awesome, awesome possum.
I've actually been really looking at the GS 1200s, man.
Oh, he said. Well, he says no. He said, you know what? He said
it's
Turkey Day.
1250.
Well,
Yeah,
Turkey
it's
Day is the 22nd.
Yeah, it's always Thursday.
Yeah. They're not going to be on on Turkey Day,
Turkey Day, Turkey Day.
man. You know what? No more vodka and cranberries, Chris.
Yeah.
Put the bottle away,
Sorry.
dude.
Can we play a game?
I
Can we play a
took-
game? I just want to hear everybody's best turkey sound because it's fun.
I don't have a turkey sound.
Yeah.
I've never tried.
Actually,
to.
that
Go
sounded
ahead.
pretty good there. You're
No,
loud.
that's not. That's like a pigeon.
I love.
got
I was
nothing.
watching a video on Facebook where the guy was like, he was parked next to a whole field of turkeys, and he went, and then the birds all went, field of turkeys. Like he was like, they're talking to me.
Oh shit.
You do the same thing with cows. Cows do that
Moo!
too.
And they go,
Yeah.
"Meow."
Yeah.
It's great.
We tracked
Goats do it too.
Goats.
Goats,
Cows.
and
Yeah.
you go, oh, they go, "Meow." It's good fun.
Yeah.
Except that
Little
one,
things
that,
for
that
little
one on
minds.
YouTube that screams. Ah!
Oh, I love the
Oh,
screaming.
dude.
It's funny.
What's fucked up is goats do that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they sound like people sometimes.
Yeah.
And peacocks. You ever heard a peacock scream?
Oh,
Yeah.
It sounds like a lady being murdered.
I know.
And if you got a neighbor with a peacock, you will never sleep.
No.
Yeah, those things
One
are
of my
crazy.
one of
sounding.
my ex's neighbors had like 3 or 4 peacocks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh!
And a rooster. And a rooster. So about 4:30 in the morning, start until like at noon. I was like, oh god.
Goddamn rooster.
Like, I'm gonna start hunting.
Oh my God, we had when I was with the boys' mom, we had our house in the Rupa Hills. Neighbors below us had a couple roosters,
Nice.
and those little bastards, they wouldn't stay down by the house. Like these are half-acre properties.
Yeah.
That little bastard,
Come right
they
to the
would go
wall.
up the hill and then on the fence that divided our property to people behind us, and just dude, first thing in the morning, we're talking they're loud.
4:30.
Dude. You got 2 of them.
35. Yeah.
Fuck a doodle doo.
I'm just like, man, I'm
That's why I
telling
have
you.
chickens and no roosters.
I sat there and I broke out my pellet gun one time. I said, that's it, man. I was so mad because I had just gotten to sleep. I had a gig, and it was like by the time I even got home, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning,
Shit.
and them bastards, man, 5:30, man, and I'm like, oh my god! I reached the closet, got that thing out, clack, 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 started pumping because if you pump it enough, you can be equivalent to a 22.
Yeah.
She woke up, she just heard the clack, clack, and said, don't you dare. I'm like, fuck that rooster. I'm going to shoot that son of a bitch and I'm going to eat it.
Yeah, have you ever heard of there's a type of arrow that I saw a video for called the gobbler guillotine.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
bro. They're turkey hunting arrows, but the head of the arrow is basically just like a little plus sign shaped
Yeah.
blade.
Just shaves
And
right
when
through
you
their
fire
neck.
these fucking things, it literally just decapitates the turkey.
Yeah?
Yeah, the gobbler guillotine. Google that shit. It's amazing. It makes me want to go turkey hunting, bro. He's like, shoot, boop. Their head pops off like a fucking cork.
Well, then the body runs.
Yeah, and then their body just like fucking-
Dinner served.
It's cool.
I remember when I was a kid,
That's
when
morbid, but like as an adult, I really want to go hunting now. I want to kill some stuff.
I was a little boy,
Let's go up to the
my
range.
mom and my mom
Get
and
out
dad,
your
I want
frustrations.
to kill some
we
shit,
had
though.
we had chickens, and
Kill
so when
targets.
it came
Stuffed
time to eat 'em,
animals.
my mom would take the chicken, lay its head down, and just whack it, and then the body would just start taking off, and then I always chase it around the yard.
Did you know that if you hold on to a chicken's head and just whip them over your head a couple times, their head will pop right off?
Yeah,
You don't even need a blade, dude. You just whip them, pops right off.
that's just gnarly.
It's morbid as shit,
right,
but it
it's-
works. Did you know you can hypnotize a chicken? Dead serious, bro. If you put your finger like in the dirt and just make a little dot, and you take the chicken's beak and just force them to stare at the dot, they will focus on the dot and they target fixate, and then they get hypnotized. They won't move,
No,
and then you can hit those bastards with a fan rake and play chicken golf.
I've heard that.
No,
Dead
really?
serious, bro. Yeah.
Oh my! See now you know.
Well,
he
now
just-
you got something to do
now
next
you know
time
what
you
he-
come
yeah.
over.
Now
We still got one more race,
he's
right?
got chickens. So now I'm gonna do that. Now I'm gonna put a dot in the freaking ground, man. I'm gonna put his freaking chicken there. If it
Nice.
doesn't work, dude, I'm gonna tell you. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call you.
You gotta be patient.
I
though.
just put the gobbler guillotine video up on YouTube.
Fuck yeah, the gobbler guillotine.
Oh,
Man.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
Jeez. That would be funny to see a chicken just sit there and just staring at a dot in the ground.
Do we actually have like a subject we were supposed to talk about tonight?
Well, it's supposed to be Bike Rally, but we never even introduced
I mean,
the show.
fucking yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we did.
He said bike rally a couple times.
Oh.
We went, the zigzag,
Yeah, we've been talking about bikes. We just make a right and a left here once in a while.
So I put
I'm not the one that
I
brought
put
up the
a
fucking
chicken
chicken. You started with
on
the whole
my bike.
Well, you started with the whole gobble gobble thing with the turkey.
Yeah, he's the one
I wanna
talking
big-
about-
Let's just make the best turkey sound. None of us said. No,
It was Retail talking about choking his chicken, right?
well,
Right.
okay, so we can put one chicken in each of my saddlebags
chicken choker, I'll kill you.
and one in the trunk. Now we've got back to the bikes and
Oh, there you go.
What's that?
Yeah,
That's the
just
thing. Is that a Facebook profile?
that is. That's
That's Chris. Yeah, never mind.
That's Chris.
What up, Chris?
He's making a post anytime.
No, for real though. You posted about like a biker specific subject on Facebook.
Yeah, relationships with your
'cause
bike.
We're actually about we're about that time. So
do we name our
the
bikes?
the relationship with your motorcycle.
Okay.
I have a relationship with my motorcycles.
Yeah. What kind of relationship?
You wouldn't want to know.
Can
He's
someone's
polygamous.
significant other
Never come
actually
home
be jealous of their
Telling
bike?
you, I love my bikes.
Are you an autophile?
Yeah,
Wow, nice.
buddy.
Well, here it is. Okay,
So-
is there actually a relationship between the rider and his or her motorcycle? Can someone's significant other actually be jealous of their bike?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's.
I've left a few broads over that.
It's came up like at my shop, because I'll be talking about if we're talking about tires, I say look on Raven, and I run the Pilot RS on her, and they're like looking at me like what?
These must be your newer rider customers.
Or it happens in class.
Yeah.
And if I ride, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, nice bike." Say, "Yeah, that's Bubba, or that's Hogster, or that's Bebe, or that's Raven." They're like,
You name your shit? Yeah, bro.
"Yeah, I do." I've had a customer. I'm sitting there and I was working on a customer's bike, and I'm sitting there. I'm talking to the motorcycle. I'm putting I put some new shoes on her and chain and sprockets, and I was just hooking this bike up and so I'm talking about, you're gonna like these. You like your new shoes. Well, the customer, and I had my little dinger thing. It was because I had band practice the night before, so I had the dinger thing down, so I didn't hear the person walking into my shop. So there's still the guy standing there,
Just watching
watching me talk to the motorcycle while I'm kind of working on it,
Yeah.
And he's and then you have that feeling someone's looking at you, Then I kind of like this, and he's like going, "What's up, Zig? Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? I'm almost done with her." He's like going, "Do you always talk to motorcycles?" I go, "Do you not?"
Right?
All I know is that they did a study with plants, and they found that if you talk nice to plants, they grow better, and if you talk mean to them, they fucking die.
Right.
And I feel like the same shit applies to motorcycles. When I start talking mean to my bike, like, fucking asshole, like when it runs out of gas or starts to act up, I'm like, you're being a dick. And then the bike starts to fuck up. But when I'm nice to my bike, I'm like, what's up, baby? We're going for a ride?
Yes, except it's not a viable comparison because one is scientifically based and the other one's opinion based.
Fuck you.
The reason that plants
fuck
grow
off,
better is
Jordy.
because they need the CO2
You know
that
why?
the human expels.
You know
That's why
why?
when you talk to a
Hashtag
plant,
because fuck you, that's why.
Well, you expel CO2 whether you're talking good or bad.
yeah.
Oh,
So
you're so
it's
you're so
the
lucky this
vibration of it.
battery's dead.
Fuck you,
But here
fuck
you
you.
go.
Yeah, dick.
There you go.
Not for real, though. Like,
Fucking.
I've-
There's no
I've
batteries
told-
in it.
It's because the entire universe is programmable, so all you're doing is you're programming your bike to run better.
I have told
I expect that from him, not from you.
I've told multiple women that I've dated, do not make me choose between you and the bike.
That's right.
Because the bike will get me another chick. And the bike is never jealous. The bike never gets pissed off when I show up on another bike.
Now, did you tell
The
the woman
bike?
that the bike will get you another chick?
Yes.
I like how he has
Fuck
the
it.
conversation with him. I just get to the point
Yeah.
when they make me choose. I go, see you, the fuck out, the bike wins.
I warn him ahead of time, like, don't, because you're
I
fucking
don't warn.
up.
I don't warn him.
Like, no, the bike will never get jealous. The bike doesn't care if I show up with another bike. The bike is never going to wake up and say, I don't love you anymore. Like, these are not problems that motorcycles give me. Right? As long as I fucking feed it with fuel and tires and oil now and then, the bike does what I tell it to do.
Do you really want to have
obedient.
your bike named after a female, or do you want it after a perfect gentleman?
Well, see, that
Because
was
you
my
wanted
next
a-
thing. So now I've got. So
Homo.
I've got.
I'm just
I
wondering
have-
if your
I don't
life
ever
is
want to
tough.
ride a dude, that's all.
Well, see,
I mean,
So
sometimes-
do you want to
sometimes,
ride?
If you're in
so,
prison long enough.
so he wants to ride
Wow.
something that's temperamental, that leaks oil,
No, wait.
That-
To be fair,
Only once a
No.
month. Only once
To
a
be-
month.
To be fair,
but you don't know when that's going to be.
to be fair, I named my bikes after horses.
Horse.
Oh, that's way
Nice.
Horse.
I have two
Says-
bikes, and they're Caballo Altivo, the big white war horse.
I believe they call that bestiality.
Nah,
Whore.
big white war horse.
Horse.
Right? Because from Road to El Dorado, the big white horse,
Right.
his name's Altivo.
Yeah.
And it means
Another whore.
arrogance. And I think that makes sense because when I'm
Got a
on the
lot
big
of
white
whore.
cross country, I get cocky, I get arrogant.
you do.
My
Whore
attitude
cock.
changes. And then the other one is Caballo Diablo. which is from an old Chris Ledoux song called Caballo Diablo,
Yeah.
and it's about a demon horse that nobody could tame.
Horse.
Oh, there you go.
That fucking bike keeps trying to kill me. It keeps trying to pitch me off of it all the time. It
'Cause
likes
it's a
to
whore.
misbehave.
Well, good thing you didn't bring
But
it
I can ride
to.
it.
Good thing you didn't bring it to Horse Thief. Then.
I know.
Whore.
Yeah.
But like,
Is it
I
tough,
have,
Justin?
I
Well,
have.
being like this or deal with you fucks.
Being emotionally deprived.
I mean, fuck off, both of you.
I have. You know, and how do you?
Suck a bag of flaccid dicks, right?
And so how do you?
Whole bag.
And
bag.
how do you determine if your bike is a female
Mike?
to you or a male? You know what I mean? So like 3 of my bikes, I have Cowboy, which is my '87 GSX R750. Yeah, he's to me it's a guy bike because he's got fucking balls of steel. And then I got my '83 GS1100. It's just another big bulky bike that in the day was the bike to reckon with. You know, we're talking 1983.
Yeah.
Then I've got my
one to reckon
Harley.
with.
I just can't see a Harley being a female. I just don't. It's a American just muscle machine.
Hold on.
It's
You
a
know?
fat chick.
They're temperamental.
Shut
They
the
rattle
fuck
their
up. Can
shit
I finish
loose.
what the fuck I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. One person at a time. Goddamn talking. Okay. Let me finish. You guys are already fucking with Readout.
fucking
Readout
asshole.
can't even get a word edgewise. I shut the fuck up. So anyways,
Mute all their fucking mics or some shit.
and then that's a
He can't mute us
Hogster.
anymore. I got the
So-
board back here.
Oh my God, you're allowed.
So I have Cowboy, Bubba, and Hogster. Those are my 3. You know, my Harley, my '83 just 1100, and my Gixxer. Then I have my 2 CBRs, which I do track and street on.
2 CBRs.
And then there's Bebe, my CBR 1000. And reason I got she's very temperamental.
Yeah.
And when you ride her, you have to ride her a certain way, otherwise she's not happy. Which is I got the whole female thing. You know what I mean? It's not just balls to the wall.
You gotta ride 'em
have to
right.
ride her right.
You gotta
exactly.
love them. You gotta know how to touch them.
And so she was
gotta
black.
prime 'em.
She was black and silver, and so I got the name from that movie, the cartoon Bebe's Kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because you never seen that? Oh my God!
Bebe's
Yeah, the
Kids.
chick was she had these 3 real just raunchy
Ratty
kids.
fucking kids. Yeah.
But she was like black and she was sexy. And so that's where I got my name. And then Raven, who is my CBR
black and
600,
sexy?
that is Bebe's baby girl. You see? Yeah. And she's the same way. When if you write, you have to write her just right. It's weird.
That's pretty standard. I think.
And so that's how I got the whole female thing. So Bebe and Raven, those are my 2 female bikes. You know what I mean? And then there you go.
I agree.
I'm fucking perfectly happy with that. And if anybody else, I don't give a shit because you don't ride my bikes.
Hey, Vince says, how about Harley Quinn?
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
like that
nice.
Yeah.
Vince gets a bonus point.
How about
Yeah.
Sir Vince a lot?
Wow.
I
all
was
of my
working with
bikes-
Vince a couple weekends ago, and he missed the show because everybody's got a nickname. Every time you're around me, I got to give you a nickname.
Yeah.
You know, Jordan. It's Jordan, but I said Jordy, so to me that's his nickname. You know, I used to actually call him cousin, but then I just changed it to Jordy. That's
Yeah, but
what
if
it works. So
cousins
you got
spend
America
hundreds of
Mike.
miles under each other, it gets weird.
Yeah,
And yours
real
has just
quick.
been always stuck. It was Pirate before, and it's Redon. So I just stick with it. And then Freight Trade, and then of course for JJ. So and so I was on the show, and I said something. I said, I don't have a name for, because we were talking about, well, do we call him Vincent?
Vinny.
I think it was, or Vinny. That's right,
Vinny?
because you were on that
Vincent?
show. And
I call
said,
him Vincenzo sometimes when he's not listening.
Yeah. And I said, how about Sir Vince-a-lot?
Sir Vince-a-lot.
And he looked at me like, really, dude? Really? I'm like, you didn't hear that show? So I think I'm going to stick with that one. And he's not going to like it, but he'll get used to it.
I mean, it's better than calling him something like Fuzz or 5-0.
Yeah, that's all bad.
I think what Christy
Or
said,
like what he called us, the cop and the hippie.
Oh.
And they thought he was the hippie and I was the cop. Where the
Cop
hell
and
did you
the
get
hippie.
that from?
I was having a rough day, bro. Don't mind that. I was exhausted.
Oh my
I
God,
was
that
off
was
in
too
La La
funny.
Land.
Hey, Christy chimed in. She talked about, well, instead of dealing with a chick not liking your bike, just tell her to get her own bike.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there's that.
Okay, so
No,
now
bullshit. Stop right there for a second, because Christy, I've already talked to Chris about this. He caught himself a fucking unicorn because he's got a hot chick that rides like a badass. there's not a lot of female riders out there. They're getting slightly more into motorcycles, but the vast majority of motorcycling is a male-dominated sport. It's hard to find a hot chick who also rides. There's a whole bunch of dykey-looking chicks out there that want to ride motorcycles because they vibrate. But
listen to this guy.
I haven't met a lot of hot
Let's just put it
females.
women in general.
Yeah.
No.
You know?
Bullshit.
This guy.
The vast majority
This
of
is what
women I
happens
meet-
when you hang out the Harley and
Justin,
Victory dealers out
Women
here.
can do stuff too, bro.
There's
It's
actually
okay.
Fuck you, Jordy.
there's this
But in his world, they got to be hot.
No, I'm saying
he goes to some weird places because even like the
I'm saying
Coppers and Chopper, there was like half were female riders.
Were they cute? Be fucking honest. No, they
He's
weren't.
married. He's
You're
married.
If they
hesitating.
were, the answer would have been a lot quicker.
The hesitation is all I need.
No,
Fuckers.
he's married. You got to give him that. See,
Bullshit.
me, Atsuko's just gotten used to me. I know I'm going to piss her off eventually.
All I'm saying
But,
is,
you know,
Chris
just-
caught himself a unicorn, and I understand where she's coming from, but most females do not want to take it upon themselves to go ride their own motorcycle. They either want to ride passenger or make you choose.
I think
Actually,
but
a lot of people.
it is
I
true.
would disagree with that. I think there are going to be a lot of women that do want to learn.
He's
there are a lot that wanna learn.
Maybe in the
we
drum
do see
circle.
more and more.
I've been seeing more and more women in
That's
the
true,
class.
though. In our
see
classes,
more
yeah,
and
We
we are
get
seeing
out
more.
of 11,
But
we
it's not
have
exactly a place where I'm going to ask for their number.
out of 11 we
You
have
better not.
No, I
generally
know.
5 to 6
Oh, see, I'm lucky
A
if I have
lot.
2 females
out in our
class.
area.
Every class I've had, I have at
It's
least two.
demographics.
Every class in
man, I'm telling
October
you.
was all
Demographic, I
dudes.
think you're right.
Closer to LA, it's a whole different scene.
Yeah, because
There's like there's female
Gators.
groups.
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
right
cool.
because
Everywhere.
when I do work out towards the west, there are more females. When I work out, there are less females. So I do have to agree with that.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious why. You know, why is that?
Commuting.
That just makes
Demographic.
You know,
Yeah,
well,
commuting.
but still, it doesn't
Density.
matter. You know.
Density, that's a good word.
So let's go back to the naming thing.
no,
So
no,
what
finish
is-
this.
hang on.
The
hang
naming
on.
thing, we're still...
We're going back to the naming thing. So so Mike, America Mike, what is? Did you name your motorcycle?
No.
No. Whoa, fuck this guy.
Every single one of my bikes has had a name, dude. Like, every single one of them.
Good for you.
Yeah. And then my cars, too.
He's
He doesn't,
He's
even,
just like-
he doesn't even give a fuck.
yeah.
Got an attitude problem over here.
It's an inanimate object. I mean, I just.
So?
Do you name your bong?
It is not an inanimate
No.
object. It is your motorcycle. This
that.
is, dude. Let me tell you something. When I'm riding down the road, I swear to God, I'm not making this up, dude. When I'm riding down the road, if I'm riding either my Harley, my Gixxer, or my GS, I pat the tank. If I'm down the highway, good boy. But if it's Bebe or Raven, I rub the tank.
Yeah, bro.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
That's what's up. See that?
I
don't know.
swear to God, I am not
For me-
lying. I really do this.
For me, it comes from, I guess, my background of riding horses. Because I grew up around horses with my mom. She was really big into horses. She was going to go be an Olympic quarter horse rider when she was a kid. So we've always had horses around. So when I was growing up riding horses, when the horse is doing well, you pat him on the neck. Right? Just like, hey, good boy.
Right?
Right.
Truth?
So
And-
to
and
let
next
them know that
time-
you're in agreement.
Next
that you're
time you call
connected.
your motorcycle and it comes, then it deserves a name.
You know there's fucking Hondas that self
Google, work on that.
right?
You got one?
Not yet.
Well, see?
Shut up, Mike.
Actually, that BMW prototype bike,
But
I
no,
think that
like,
does it.
I know. I
I mean,
can only
I
speak for
get it.
myself.
I
Do you
do.
name your
Like,
bike, Mike?
When I was riding back, I have a really
No?
solid example of this.
I've never named any of my motorcycles ever.
When I was riding
Ever.
back from Texas the last time I went out, I was coming down the 10.
I talk to my
through,
bikes a lot.
like Indio Cabazon area, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was dead dark, and I had already been seeing the black
Dead.
dog for like an hour,
Ah, shit.
and I fell asleep in the carpool lane and came to in the like number 4 lane.
Nice.
I nodded off.
Wow.
But the
Wow,
bike
alright.
rode its fucking self for like a solid mile,
Wrote itself.
and I didn't hit anything.
Riding it.
I'm convinced that fucking bike kept me alive for that mile-long spot where
There
I just
you go.
nodded off.
For a mile long.
Well,
I'm convinced.
a bike rides itself perfectly. The only time it fucks up is rider input. The
That's
alternator.
true.
Yeah, we put these twitchy,
That is
twitchy
very
bags of meat
true.
on top. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Right?
But I'm saying
there was
like,
one
that's-
in Europe on
I-
Autobahn,
I-
and a bike was riding itself down. It was just
I saw
the
that
rider
shit.
fell off, and the
Yeah.
thing went
Yeah.
for miles.
Well, look how many times we might watch like racing.
Yeah, and the bike
And,
just
and if the rider high sides off the bike's like, "Rah!"
right, perfect circle around the track until
I
it.
don't know, man.
My-
Okay, so
So you've never named a bike.
your bike. What's the name of your bike?
He doesn't have one.
I've never,
Fuck this guy too.
I've never named my bikes, but I do
this
talk to
guy-
him all the
Chris,
time.
what's the
He's gonna
name of your
have a name for his
bike?
bike.
Christy,
He's
what's
a
the name of your bike?
name
Vince,
all my
what's the name
bikes.
of your bike? Dave Russ, what's the name of your bike? Come on, guys. I know
Chad,
damn
what's
well
the
you
name of
guys
your bike,
name your
Jordy?
bike.
The name of my current bike is Fulana.
Fulana?
Yeah.
Do I even want to know?
Actually, you know what? I know what Vince
Just
is.
it basically means that other chick.
Vince has a name for his cow. It's Connie, and I think
Yeah.
it's a Concord.
It's a Concourse, yeah.
But I'm kind of curious
They're all
if it's
called that.
Connie.
They're all
because, you
called
know,
Connies.
Our buddy Lee,
Well,
the
Deb's
Asian
bikes.
guy with the long ponytail,
right.
his Kawasaki says Quacka.
Nice.
He just rearranged the letters on the logo. I was like, Quacka. That's
Nice.
fucking hilarious.
But JJ,
Yeah.
what's the name of your bike?
Bombshell.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it's funny because
Bombshell.
I didn't really ever think about naming the bike until we were talking about it once. And I was like, I don't have a name for the bike. And when I thought about it, like after putting that new shell on it, and I was like, yeah, that would work. Bombshell.
Christopher. That
Right on.
sounds. That sounds like a
Chri-
maverick.
Christy Walsh chimed in about the female ride. She says, thanks, Justin. The female riding community is growing by leaps and bounds. There is so many clicks and plenty of room for more lady
Yes.
Yeah.
enthusiasts. I absolutely,
concur.
I think the
absolutely
thanks,
agree.
Justin, was supposed to be sarcastic sounding.
I concur.
Suck a dick, JJ.
Yeah, Vince said.
Oh, I know. That's exactly. But
You guys
Yeah.
are all
Says-
dicks today. I'm going home.
Vince is all stepping away from Justin fast.
okay.
You know, every time you do that, I lose my headphones.
Oh, I'm fucking with your thing? My bad. I thought I was messing with my plug.
Okay. So Jordy, did you name your bike?
Yeah.
What'd you name your bike?
Fulana.
Like,
Fulana.
Yeah.
Okay. So how'd you get Fulana?
What
Because
language is that?
my bike is always the other chick.
Yeah, but
no matter
what
what.
language is that?
What's Fulana mean?
Spanish. Basically means the other.
Oh, see,
Check
I
trying
only
to-
knew
My
Sancho.
other bitch.
Yeah, my other bitch, basically. Yeah.
Ah.
So,
well, I learned
all my
something
bikes have had
today.
names. Like,
Yeah,
my
so have
first
mine.
one, the KZ, it leaked oil like a sieve, so we started calling it Squid Billy after the cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Squid
right.
Billy.
Squid
Yeah.
Billies.
And then I got the Interceptor, and it was black and yellow, so we called it the Hornet.
For JJ.
Yep.
And then I had the Cafe Racer that we called the Smoker because
I'm good on that.
It had a pinhole oil leak, so it smoked if I sat still
Already
too
got
long.
poured.
So that was a Smoker. And then there was the Cowie, the ZX, and I called it Buzz because it was blue and green and white,
Great.
like
Right.
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
And then I got the Blue Bandit, so I started calling it Sully after like the monster from Monsters Inc.
Right.
And then I changed up the color, so I called it Bandito.
Yeah.
Cool.
okay, I did name one of my bikes. It was a Kawasaki
Oh, okay,
KOR,
here we go.
Uh-huh.
and I changed it instead of Kawasaki, it's Motosaki. I had him redo the
Gay.
label.
Gay.
Motosaki. Yes,
actually,
fine, whatever.
Chris called Chris Walsh because we have Chris and also Vince chimed in. Chris's bike he named his R1 Maverick.
Well, yeah.
Christy, I'm sorry, no, Vince. He has his bike. It's Stargazer.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a
and
good
Big
one.
Connie.
And
Stargazer.
he said-
that's the
And his duck is named
Road
Guido.
Runner? Road
Guido.
Star?
He calls his duck Guido, but the duck is still like
Guido.
it's still in the garage.
All his old PD
You know,
bikes were
around in-
Betsy.
Guido.
I'm Vince.
These are some good names, man. That's good shit.
He said all his PD bikes were all Betsy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's cool. I can deal with that.
You know why? Because they're big black and white cows.
Oh, here's
Then it should
That's
have
what my
been
friend named
Elsie.
his old Mustang,
Betsy.
Betsy.
Cow.
Betsy. Christy, she goes, I never named my Gixxer, but my R6 was Bruiser.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruiser.
I'm gonna stay quiet.
What the hell was that?
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, I was just saying. I'm gonna keep quiet on
Like
that.
echo to it. That's cool. Fucking Mike's over here being irritating.
We got Darth Helmet over here.
So now, outside America, Mike, have you guys have ever had a? I mean, because we already talked about if if you're gonna try and be between me and my motorcycle, then I'm already choosing the motorcycle. But have you ever had a woman jealous of your motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
3 or 4
you're the one who's first one to start. I got to get pissed, so I'll let you start it.
The 3 or 4 that I left over it.
Oh yeah.
And don't put your ass in front of the Mevo. Look at
So
what he
did
He's blocking the camera with
did
his
we
butt.
ever have
Zig's ass in front of the
a,
meeting.
a female leave us over a motorcycle or to get jealous?
No, get jealous.
Okay, get jealous on a bike. Yes.
Well,
And that,
hey.
you know that really, it's the same for car guys as it is for motorcycle guys. The ones that get really into it. Any female that dates us has to understand that that's a mistress in a way. If we get extra spending money, it's going to go to the vehicle. If we have extra time, it's going to go to the vehicle. And you can choose to either involve this machine in your relationship, almost like a third wheel, or you can, suck a dick and I'll go ride the bike without you.
Exactly.
You got options, but that's kind of the way
Yeah,
it
like,
goes.
no,
That's a
literally,
win-win
go. Find another
situation,
dick to
Justin.
suck.
Yeah.
You're done here.
Sorry,
Sucked though.
that's just me. Like I said, don't ever make me choose between the bike and you, because the bike will get me another woman. That's just how it works. I don't know how it works, but I've seen some ugly motherfuckers that get laid because they got a nice bike.
True.
It happens. Like some goofy, Coke bottle glasses, buck-tooth, goofy-looking motherfuckers that got some hot chicks because they had a nice bike. And I don't know if it's like a
Where the
status
hell
thing.
are they going?
Like, if they got a nice bike, they must have some money or a nice
That's
job
exactly
or
what it
something.
is.
It's got to be. Because some of these dudes are goofy looking.
It's the excitement
But they get
factor.
women.
Girls love riding on the motorcycles.
I mean,
the
you look
the
at
problem is a lot
like-
of guys get bikes and
like,
they think, oh, this guy's a badass. And then they date him. They're like, wow, this guy's
like Myrtle
fucking
Beach
fancy.
Bike Week. You guys ever seen the videos of Myrtle Beach when they do
Yeah.
Bike Week? These dudes are rolling down the road on tricked out sports Busas and other sport bikes and stuff.
Vince says he doesn't know you now.
That's fine. But these chicks will be walking down the street and they're like, hey, that bike looks nice. And they just jump on the back of some dude's bike and roll off.
Yeah.
No idea who the dude is.
Yeah.
The bike was all it took. That's insane to me.
Yeah, I don't want to take that girl home.
No, me neither. But that's the point. Is that's how easy it is.
Yeah.
I always wonder what world, Justin lives in sometimes.
No, I know what he's talking about.
Motherfucker.
Because in college, I actually
Just gonna fucking leave.
that happened to be with a few girls in college. That happened
It's Justin's world. We
just for the
live
fact
in
that
it.
I had a bike. I mean, I was super smart, but I ain't the prettiest. So
I can't even argue
it was the
with you.
bike. Yeah,
I wanted to argue, but I can't.
You can't.
Fucking-
Go ahead. I'm
Well, see,
waiting.
Jordy and I are having our own conversation because these two fuckers are married.
Yeah.
Now, is that why
not.
women get
Oh,
jealous?
sorry, committed.
Wait,
No,
is that
no,
why women get
no.
jealous when we have a motorcycle
I got
because they know
nothing.
we can get another woman?
Well, you need to come party with us.
You got my number.
Here's the thing, and this is no fucking joke. Because it is kind of a joke. Because
fucking
Dane
joke?
Cook, the comedian, he had a buddy that did it, and I had a buddy that copied it. I had a buddy that borrowed a helmet. He didn't even have a bike. He just borrowed one of my spare lids, and he went to a bar and he put the lid on the bar and started hitting on this chick. And then things were going well, so they were like, "Hey, let's go. I'll take you home on the bike." And then he went out to the parking lot and just found an empty spot and was like, "Oh my God, they stole my bike!" And the chick drove him home.
Nice.
The chick drove him home and slept with him like a sympathy lay because he got his
Nice.
bike stolen. The bike that doesn't exist.
Wow,
Damn.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
This stuff
Jason,
happens.
Jimmy, you were saying when I walked in, you were saying something.
Oh, I was saying because they're talking about how easy it is, and how these guys can pick up on women. Would your woman get jealous for your bike because she knows you can go pick somebody up?
Well, I
Not
think that
me.
would be a woman should be secure in the relationship. Although Oscar is a very jealous person,
Yeah, I don't
so
date jealous girls.
I'm not going to put my girl in that situation because
what are you trying to say?
You gotta
Jason?
find a
Don't-
chick.
you can't ride on I mean the bikes I ride the most. There's a solo cone there, so you can't. There's no room for a passenger anyway. So
You got to do one of two things. You got to find a chick that will get on the back of that bike and go. Because if they won't fucking ride with you, well, then you're leaving your seat open. Sorry, you gotta occupy the space. Or you gotta
I
find a
like
chick
it.
that rides her own bike. So then she understands, right?
Oh, there you go.
When
Which
the
I
chick,
did until she
and
wouldn't
Christy can
ride.
probably vouch for this. When a female shows up on a bike, all the dudes come flocking like moths to a flame. They're like, a female on a bike. and they go all zombie and they start homing in on it. That's just how it works.
No,
Well,
actually,
you
I
also-
see it go backwards. Usually they freak out. They're like,
Oh, really?
"It's a hot chick on a bike.
The
I
most
can't
hilarious
talk to
thing
her
I
now."
ever saw was at Zorba's. It was
No.
actually a pair of lesbians that were like
That's-
lipstick lesbians
That's
that were
hot.
hot.
That's funny.
And they showed up on the bike, the chick and her passenger, and they got off the bike and they were like just being a couple
Thanks,
together.
brother.
But all the dudes were like just foaming at the mouth. Like not one chick but two?
Right.
Like, hilarious. I was like, they're together, stupid.
Well, I think
Yeah.
I think
Duh, they're holding hands.
I think that whole thing goes with like the movies, and I think like you were talking about the Mayans. It's just like, oh, okay, well, I mean, how many music videos are there where the dude rolls up and there's some chick she just hops on,
You know
it's
the one,
like, come
you know
on,
the one
man.
that's always stuck
Let me
in my
tell you
head?
something. Let me tell you something. I've been riding motorcycles on the street since 1983,
Never
and
once.
I swear to God, I own probably once. Well, actually, for sure once. maybe a second one, but then I get a chick interested in me because I had a motorcycle.
But that's the
I
thing,
swear
like,
to God, that's
you look at
that's
media-
a long time, dude. That's 30+ years.
But like when
for
you
reals.
look at media, like the one that sticks in my brain is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Yeah.
At the end of the flick, the dude that's Harley, or no, maybe I'm wrong. It's not that movie. Hang on, it's not. It's
Are you thinking of Easy Rider or
Pulp
something?
Fiction.
Ah.
Oh.
Zed's dead,
No.
baby.
No, not Pulp Fiction. I know what you're talking about. The
There's
one
no
where
motorcycle guy in Pulp
no,
Fiction.
it's Quentin Tarantino.
It's another Tarantino flick.
Yes,
and
it's
not Dusk Till Dawn.
No.
No.
It's what's his his
the guy,
Sin City?
the guy looks like Bruce Willis, but he's not
Yes.
Bruce Willis.
Was it Sin City?
No,
No,
Older.
but he goes in. Bruce Willis is in like his like pad or something like that, and then he shows up with the hot chick, and he's gonna get some ink done. And I know it's God,
fuck, I can't remember the name of the movie.
but yeah, that's the whole thing. And so people
Google that
look
shit.
at like
Zed's dead,
like
baby.
this whole
Whose bike
TV
is
and
that?
movies and
Belongs to
shit. It's
Zed.
like, dude, it's not for reals. I'm just telling you. Well, it might be for real for some people. It's not reals for me.
Yeah.
Otsko didn't. I didn't start dating Otsko because she had a motorcycle.
It is a Pulp Fiction scene.
It's because I
Fuck
was a
yeah.
drummer.
I was right. So it's at the end of Pulp Fiction. The dude is on a bike. He killed the guy that the bike belonged to, and so he's on the bike and he pulls up, and this chick is hitchhiking.
Oh, that's right. The end of it.
and
That's
at
right.
the bike doesn't even have a passenger seat. She just sits directly
the
on the
fender.
fender and wraps
And
her
wraps
legs
her
around
legs
the dude's
around it,
waist,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
off they go into the sunset. And that shit is stuck in my brain forever. That is like that is the quintessential biker scene. Like this chick is so down, she don't even need a seat.
Well,
That
you
shit's
know.
dope.
well,
and it happened to me once. I had a girlfriend many years ago that she wanted to come hang out at the house, and I was borrowing my mom's V-Star, and the V-Star, it had a solo seat and a luggage rack on the back, and I was like, babe, there's no back seat. She goes, so we grabbed one of the pillows off the couch and bungeed it to the
Shit.
luggage rack, and she got in there, no passenger pegs, so she put her legs around around my waist like Indian style, and we rode like 30 miles like that.
Nice.
Sweet.
So I was
Wow.
like, Zed's dead. Like, it happened.
Well,
That's
just,
fucking awesome.
well, just like the one of the first episodes of SOA, Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
When
When he knocks that fucker out.
yeah,
and
when
then
when
takes his
he
chick.
goes into the bar or the restaurant,
It's like a
whatever,
gas
and he comes
station.
walking out the gas station, and then the guy's sitting on his bike.
Oh yeah. That's not. A
And
good
he's got the
idea.
guy's got a hot chick, and then and he walks out and he's like, hey, let me take a picture of you. And he says,
Oh, yeah?
He says,
Here's the before.
Here you go. Here's before. Click. And then he takes his helmet and just belts the guy up, and knocks the guy out. Boom. There's
Here's
the
the
after.
after.
And then he hops on his bike, and then the chick hops on his bike and takes off. Leaves her boyfriend there on the ground bleeding. So it's oh my god, yeah. Stop. If you're that kind of chick, just stop thinking that way.
Yeah.
It's so make believe.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
And if you're the type of chick that does it, I want nothing to do with you anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I need
well,
some
then,
kind of
okay.
loyalty, guys.
So if you're a chick and you have a bike, is that going to attract guys?
I
Don't
think
worry.
it actually does.
If you pull up
So-
next to me, I will
Well,
hop on the
so-
back of your bike and wrap
and-
my legs around you.
The first time that Deb came and rode with us, she's just out here from Minnesota, and she was actually on the Victory motorcycle Facebook page.
Okay.
And I said, there's a ride coming up. Why don't you come join us? And she lives like 5 blocks away from me. So we met up. We rode out to where that meetup was, and she and I are standing there talking. It was at a gas station in La Crescenta, I think. Yeah. And just the guys, as they're getting off their bikes, it's like a moth to flame.
Told you.
She was just there, and everybody came. Yeah. And she's got a kingpin.
You guys have all seen the wolf
and
cartoon
a cross country.
where the heart leaps out of his chest and his eyes get all big. Aruga. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah,
Aruga.
yeah.
You know,
I've seen it.
I've never. I swear to God, I'm being completely honest with you. It's never been like I see a chick on the bike, like, oh my God, oh wow. You know, I haven't. It just. But I tell you what, there was a time way back when like I was in my mid-20s. I went to another dealership to pick up some parts, right? So I went to go inside the back in the service bay to say what's up to one of my buddies that was a technician, and they had a new hire, and it was a chick, and she was wrenching on a motorcycle. Oh, nice. And I like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was
Whatever
like,
you're fixing, mine just broke.
Damn, really?
Her hands were all dirty and greasy, and she was like a long ass hair. I'm like, oh my God, oh yes, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Like the dog.
Oh, God. But not on a bike.
Well, you know, I never saw Carmen get that reaction, but maybe that's because she was always with me.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I mean, it was very obvious that she was with me.
Right.
the ones that get
Vince
near like the
Grievous said, he says, bikes give you gratification, women give you love. It would be tough. It'd be a tough life without either, unless you're Justin.
the motorcycle makes it easy, bro.
Man.
It really does. Like, there's no shortage in Justin's life, so you can fuck off.
There is. I gotta admit, man. I do have to admit, man. He's got it going on.
I used to be like that.
Zig and I have known each other for a decade. He has seen some of the revolving door that is Justin's love life.
It is. Yeah,
It has slowed down in recent years. But still.
But enjoy it while you got
Yeah. I mean, you've seen some of the chicks I brought around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That bike has gotten me some interesting women.
I've slowed way down.
Well, yeah. Jesus. I remember you before the accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at this guy. He's so full of shit, dude. We're going down the highway, man, and there's
I meant on women.
There's a chick going on in this car, and she's kind of passing up. We're like in our lane, and then she passes up. He just goes like this, and he's like, you know, hey, you know, and she's like, oh hi, this guy. Whatever, dude.
I don't know
this
what
guy,
you're talking about.
man.
It's not like I pulled her over and said, "Hey, give me your number." I used to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
but you were.
Wait.
You got the mojo going.
Now my brain's on all these like old school.
So I'm not going to put Fred on
stuff
on
that happens to
box
bikers
because
He looks like a cop. Everybody avoids
Yeah,
him.
no shit. So now my brain is stuck on all this like stereotypical stuff that happens with bikers or doesn't happen, like the chick that wants to just jump on your bike.
Yeah.
Has any of you ever actually had somebody flash their tits out the window?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that a thing that still happens?
Not that I've seen in
It's
a
been
long
a really
time.
long time since that's happened in my
Me
life.
too.
Because apparently this is something that people think happens all the time. It's
It
not.
happened. It happened once.
It should.
Twice to me.
No, the flashing thing is not common anymore.
Yeah.
It needs to be.
Anymore.
We need to fix this. Let's start a
It
petition.
used to be.
I was on my RC51 on my way home and a car full of chicks.
Facebook
and they just
petition.
Well, it
I
used to
agree.
be a trucking thing, like because I'm a truck driver. It used to.
Yeah.
You get to flash a lot when the truck stuff. It doesn't happen much anymore.
Aw,
Very rare.
Yeah.
sad day.
Look at this guy. It
Show
doesn't
your
happen.
boobs to a veteran. It's the American thing to do.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
Or me if you can't find a veteran.
You know what? Though? I do have to admit that
Dumbass.
I had gotten. I've only probably gotten maybe 2 or 3 flashes.
Yeah, doesn't
When I,
happen very
when,
often.
when I was riding my sport bike, but I guarantee when I was riding one of my Harleys, because I had my previous Harley, I had it for 10 years, and so now I got my new one, and
You know what they say,
a
man.
lot more flashes.
You know what they say.
when you're riding. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
People don't
It's-
buy Harleys for reliability.
No, you know what they say. Chrome don't get you home.
Don't get you home. No.
But it will get you laid. That's how it works. Just telling you.
You know what? Another thing a Harley will get you. Actually, other Harley riders will give you the
Maybe I
peace
need
sign.
to trade in my victory.
Right.
Shut up.
I
That's
give
a blast.
everybody the peace.
I do too, but
Wait
it's
a
like
second.
Because it
What
ain't getting
was-
me laid.
Oh no, you guys
You
were
just ride with the wrong
You
people.
guys were
Yeah,
on,
tell
you guys
me
were
about
on
it.
that
Come
riding.
hang
It
out.
was me.
Yeah, I'm riding with
Oh,
guys
no.
my age.
Christy
exactly.
said
You guys
she's
come
had a
ride with dudes my
motocop.
age. We'll go
She-
fuck around on a Sunday.
Okay.
What'd she say?
She said she had a motocop try to get friendly with her at a red light.
Oh, nice.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
Nice.
Hey, baby, I got cuffs. What's the cop pickup line of the day? Like, Vinny probably knows a bunch of those.
Right? Let's not put him on the blast.
It's okay.
Yeah, he could probably vouch. Girls throw themselves at cops.
My pepper spray is hot.
It happened. My very first ride on.
Got hot sauce? Now I got pepper spray.
It happened on my very first ride on the white gliders I just
Incapacitating.
purchased, and it was
Giggity.
me, Bev, Guy, and then a couple other guys that joined us. And we're going down the highway, going up to 15, and this guy, as we're approaching. The thumb comes out, it's like boom, and it's the guy's hand. I'm like, oh. So as we got next to him, I went to go do like this, like, and his girl's like, hey, I'm like,
Nice.
let me get a second look
Yeah.
while I'm cruising,
Yeah. I mean, that's,
It is what it is. But it's funny that we're talking like
She clearly didn't have safety gear on.
No.
right. Well, no, they were in a car. They were like in an SUV, but
Yeah.
it's a trip different on the bikes. It's the same thing like when I'm going down the road. If I'm on my sport bike, I wave to every rider.
Yeah, so do
I
I.
wave to cops. I wave to people on a scooter.
Yeah.
Scooters need love too.
Right. But what's funny is that if I'm on my sport bike,
No, barely anybody waves back.
it's half the time I get the guys on the cruisers that hey what's up, or on the Harleys hey what's up, but the other half are like going yeah whatever. And then if I'm on my Harley, you can see the guys in the sport bike. So when you do this, it's different when you're going through the canyon because then it's more respectful. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about going on the highway. And I'll do this, and they're like,
did that just happen?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't see anybody.
Just say hey what's up.
Yeah.
And I never see anybody do that on the highway.
Well,
I do it.
I
mean, unless
do
it's
it.
open road.
I'm very observant.
I even give Chuck the deuces to cops.
oh yeah, me too.
Well, but I mean,
on
if
the
they're
other
going on the same side of the highway, but never on the other side.
I flick them up. Even when the K rails get tall, like if I see a biker
Yeah.
coming before, like when the K rail starts to get higher, I'll flick it up high just so I know they see.
Right.
It.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what's up, dude?
I think when
don't even know you
bikers
or
that are going the other way on the highway do that, I'm like, no, pay attention to the cars around you, please. Don't be looking over at me.
Dave doesn't ride enough to understand muscle
my
memory.
God.
Use your
It's
fucking
called
peripherals,
vision.
dog.
It's called peripheral vision.
Why
can
you gotta
see it.
fixate on shit?
This
Okay,
guy.
all right. Do you wave
JJ, you're
to
fired.
do you wave to cars that move out of your way? I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too.
Hell yeah.
I
Yes.
give them the piece.
I do
Thank you.
shakas. Like if they really try, like I've seen guys like go halfway onto the
What'd you
shoulder.
just
Oh,
call
yeah.
it?
The shaka. That's what it's called.
That's
Hang loose, bro.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Shaka, yeah.
Ask a surfer, bro. That's a
yeah.
shaka.
Yeah.
I'm-
He's
But
true.
I'm not a surfer.
You can do a
Right.
shaka.
Fuck
Dual
off.
shaka. Dual,
I can't win today. I quit.
dual shaka.
Thank you. It's
I had a
shaka.
guy. Although
Yeah.
it's great that they move out of the way, but I had a guy go so far on the shoulder, he's picking
Kicking up gravel and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like bam, boom. I'm like,
Well, the ones I like is when you're ripping down in the carpool lane at 75, and a guy
Yeah.
pulls over to let you pass.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah.
I really don't need to do 90 miles
Well, and
an hour.
sometimes I see him start to move over, and I'm just like, hey, just get back.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm cool, man. Don't worry about it.
I'm like, okay, you're going.
Yeah, it's fun. The peace sign thing, when I have all the bags on my bike,
Yeah.
and it looks more like a touring bike when I have all the bags on there, guys, Harleys, and whatnot, they'll throw it back. When I take all the bags off and I'm just riding like on
Looks
a weekend,
sporty, yeah.
and it looks like a sport bike instead of a tour bike, yeah.
Like, nah, fuck that
like
guy.
nobody does.
Well,
yeah.
wife and I get a laugh out of that because we just do it to see if they're gonna
Yeah.
throw it back, and they're like, you can see I can't take my hand off.
Yeah.
They're looking like they want to, but they can't get their hand to come off. They're like,
You guys ever seen that really old episode of Chips, where the two chippies pull up on this guy that's just locked up, and he's
Yeah.
like, "No one told me.
Yeah.
No one told
Oh,
me.
that's
He just
right.
wasn't ready to be on the highway. He was just fucking locked
Yeah.
up.
And then
Look
they,
out! It's a jam up.
they escort him slowly off. Yeah, hell yeah.
they're all bumping into him.
Yeah. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they thought he was running from her or something. He was just
You know
all
what?
frozen.
Honestly, though, like as a kid,
hilarious.
so much of television set me up to be a biker. When there were shows like Chips and comics like Ghost Rider and the Ninja Turtles had a fucking motorcycle and Street Sharks had a motorcycle.
Don't forget the
and
Bat Cycle.
Battletoads and the Bat Cycle.
And Top Gun.
Top Gun, no shit. I
Right?
actually had one of those interceptors. Like that, there was a lot
That's
of.
not an Interceptor. That
Hot
was a
Shots?
900 Ninja.
Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't a
Don't-
fucking?
Don't.
Did you just ask it?
Don't ask me that.
Are you sure it
Don't
wasn't a
ask me that.
VFR 500?
It was a 1984
There it
900
goes.
Ninja. Go ahead, pull that thing out.
I'm going to because I think it was a VFR.
How
I
about
think
how
you're
about
wrong.
Not a
Hot
VFR.
Shots?
It was
How
a
about the
Ninja.
Hot Shots?
900.
Where where he was
yeah.
on the is it NSX that remember the Honda came out with a really weird dual sport thing? It was a house hybrid thing. NSX something like
I
that.
thought the NSX was the Acura
NSX.
sport car.
No,
That
no,
is.
they did have an NXS.
It was like a sort
Okay.
of fairing out
Yeah,
Yeah.
dual sport.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
remember that's what they wrote. in.
Kawasaki GPZ 900R.
Thank you very much. I rest my case.
Boom.
Go ahead.
I told you you were
rest on
right.
your
Suck my
face.
dick.
Come on. No, you didn't.
I just said you were
didn't.
right.
Yeah, just now because you looked it up, but you thought it was a fucking V4.
Very
I'm
good.
allowed
Zig.
to be wrong.
Zig, you can now rest on his face.
What? What? Wow.
What the hell?
Well, that kind of shut the room up, didn't it?
What's going on here?
That was a Beavis and Butthead thing.
It's like a fucking turn, real
Scoot over
quick.
here with Straight Mike. Straight Mike and I over here. We're cool.
And they
Oh, man.
Motherfucker.
and they still use the term GPZ.
It's a mic switch.
Yeah.
Up until the early 90s. They
Yeah,
still
they-
used the term GPZ, but GPZ was actually, the first year was 1981, that was, or 82, the GPZ 550.
Mine was a KZ 550 GPZ. They tucked it on the end because the KZ came first for mine. That was
Yeah,
like
it
in
was KZ, yeah.
1977.
And then they came out with the GPZ, and then
78.
I had an 84 GPZ 5. I had 3 of those. And then I also had the 84 GPZ 750 Turbo, which was like disgustingly fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1 year
Shit,
only. Yeah, and then I had the GPZ 1100, which was like, oh my god, are you shitting me? But
Now they only have the H2R.
I ended up selling all those. You know, you get through so many bikes throughout the years. I
a
wish
track
I had.
only bike.
I wanted the GPZ. I had my 83 GS 1100. And I was going through this thing, you know, where I'm like, you know, shit. I need to just put more money back into my account. Because I want to buy a house, and I bought that Harley, and I got all this finance shit. So I posted my bike, my 83 1100, for 4,000 firm. And people are like going, you know, I'll give you a 3. Fuck off.
What part
He
of
said
firm
firm.
don't you
So
understand?
so I'm like, you know, at this point, no, I'm going to keep it.
Give him a firm.
And
There you go.
And what I want is I really want a GPZ.
Yeah.
I really do. I want another GPZ 550.
Mad Max was the other one I was trying to think of.
Mad Max
with
was-
Duck's bike.
Yeah.
That fucking tearing ass. Wow, wow, wow.
Well,
Yeah.
that I think that was a K. If I'm not mistaken, that was a 73 KZ 900.
Yeah, fucking fast.
Yeah. I had one of those for.
That was another one. That was like the whole
4 months.
The whole gang in that movie was just like, these guys are fucking insane. Yeah, they were awesome.
Dude, did you know that? Well,
talking about-
yeah.
you're talking about the original
Because
one?
now you're
I'm
talking,
talking about
that's,
Mad Max.
That's great
Okay,
because
yeah.
he
with
brought
Toe
up
Cutter and the rest of them.
because you brought up a movie that was an influence on Ridin. It was an
Yeah.
influence on me. When I
Yeah.
see Mad Max, I'm like going, oh, that's just like way cool. It's
gangster.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Because then there was also we talked about it earlier. The biker one with crap.
Ghost Rider.
Easy Rider.
Oh, Easy Rider.
And then there
Well,
was
Easy Rider was one of those weird like.
But I'm just saying it
during
was
that era, yeah.
But I'm just saying it was well then at that time the movie
Wild
was,
Bunch.
Yeah, the Wild Bunch with what's in from
Marlon
Godfather?
Brando.
Marlon
Marlon
Brando.
yeah. Dude, that movie, the Wild Bunch, was actually a movie about the booze fighters incident in Hollister, and it was just further sensationalizing that fictional account of what happened there.
Yeah, and then nothing
And it
really,
blew
nothing-
up.
Yeah, nothing happened like that.
What
It
are you
was-
rebelling against? What do you got?
Right.
Fuck yeah, that's cinema gold.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why you see. I see the people with the Hollister shirts, and I go, say, so what do you know about Hollister? Oh yeah, and then
Yeah, it's a
they'll
cool
t-
store over in the mall.
Exactly.
They'll be like, going, oh,
Fucking clueless.
well,
It's a beach.
If they know, like, yeah, this is when the bikers took over Hollister. Yeah, okay,
You don't know shit.
That's not what happened. It was one bar fight, and it was between two guys.
Well, and those guys have been racing.
And you know,
in
my
those
older
hills.
daughter was born in Hollister.
No, those guys had been doing
Really?
they'd been doing
Yeah.
hill climbs and dirt racing for years in Hollister. And then that year, something popped off at a bar, and this photographer staged a photograph. It was a picture of a booze fighter, and he came out of the bar, a little tipsy, and they're like, "Hey man, can we take a picture?" Yeah. Sit on that bike real quick. Wasn't even his bike. And then the photographers piled up beer cans at the bottom of the bike to make it look like this guy was on this bike drinking all these beers. They set that fucking picture up. It's totally
Oh, really?
fake.
I didn't know that.
It's fake. And the guy that was in the picture came out later and did an interview like, they staged that picture. And even the photographer was like, yeah, we staged that picture.
Oh, crazy.
But they never like
That's what they do.
put it out there like that. It's like, you fuckers made it up.
Well, we did for Ride Right when we had the site in Woodland Hills. It was Married to Rock, and it was
fucking
Duffy from the bass player from Guns N' Roses. His wife was was in my classroom and was on another instructor Steve's course or range. And so when they were filming Married to Rock, and now they're like going, okay, we want to do an episode where she gets her license because he bought her a Harley and blah blah blah.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah, and so they said, oh, you know, obviously we're not going to run a range that weekend, so they paid, you know, for a full thing. So I brought Ephraim, I brought Moose.
Fucking Moose. I haven't seen her in God knows how long.
I have.
Since
and
before my accident.
a couple other people. So we went out there. So we had it. Basically, all the students outside of her were my friends and a couple friends of Steve's. And so they had this. They go, okay, well, here's what we want to do. We want to do a scene where she crashes, and we're like, okay. So what they did is, you know, they had cameras all over the place, and they're like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to run this exercise, and then we're going to lay the bike down, and she's going to lay down, you know, and then and her friend that was the wife of the singer from Jane's Addiction.
Oh, cool.
And she's going to run out there. She's all in high heels and like tight. I mean, tight everything.
We would never
you know?
let you ride like that.
And when I seen the episode, it was like they did like, oh, and then she's coming around, and then you see a picture of me, and I'm going, okay, slow, and then I look, and then she goes, and all of a sudden, just total chaos, right? Screeching tires, explosions, and everything, and all of a sudden you see her laying on the ground. She's like, you know, and then Steve goes over there and he helps her up, and then she gets in the back and she walks rocking. You know, it's just right again. It's like, what the hell? And what was even more funny is when they first started the episode, when we're like going, okay, so we went through the whole thing, okay, fingers like this. So this was during the MSF days. Then we're like, okay, we'll fire the bikes up. As soon as they fired them up, they all sound like a bunch of Harleys. It's
Little like
Yeah,
125.
they got a good
range.
Foley editor.
Is that a letdown or what? When they
Yeah.
bring in the sound effects to something in a movie and it doesn't
did,
fit? I'm like,
dude.
oh,
I thought that was the funniest thing on the planet.
or it's like Airplane where they bring in a prop sound on a jet. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool to do that, but then for real, they do that shit. And it's like, oh, come on. You know what would be cool in that? If they'd be like, hey, you want a crash scene? Cool, I'm going to ghost ride the bike and crash it. You know, that would be pretty cool.
See, even Chris Walsh, he gives deuces to Cubs.
That's actually.
You know what's funny, and I've mentioned this before, is that I was that guy that was like completely, when it came to riding, you know, back in the day with my buddy Vince, not Vince Grieva, Vince Cardona.
Yeah, I made that mistake.
We were the guys that would be like, you know, running around, and then, you know, when you get lit up, you take off. So I'm not a saint, you know. But it go figure that, you know, when my life turns around, and now I'm like, you know what, that was pretty freaking stupid, you know. And then go figure that now I'm teaching a safety course, and we do this thing at the end of classroom 2, evading police.
Don't.
Don't do it.
That's literally all we do.
I've
Evading
never-
I
police,
thought you were saying
don't.
you teach evading police. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no.
I've
And
never
when
ran
it
from
comes
a
up
cop.
and says, "But don't do it. It's stupid."
Costs a lot of money.
And two, yeah, it costs a fortune if you get caught. But
I had a cop
or I
think
said when
that
you get
he-
caught. But then I share a funny story that I was on my 87 Gixxer and I was going down the 60. I was finishing working in Woodland Hills, and I'm on my way home, and I get lit up, and I'm like, oh shoot! So the first thing you do, you're like thinking, okay, well, shoot, what do I do? So I pull over, I take the key out of my ignition switch, and I hold it up, and then the officer walks up and he says, "Oh, you can put your key back in your ignition." Oh, okay. And then he goes, "You know what, dude? I used to own one of these. This was my first bike. It's such a badass bike." And then the students are like, they get the humor out of it, and I'm like, "Oh, look, you never know." And besides, even if you got pulled over, you've broken the law 10,000 times.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
and it's
more.
got-
Caught
and,
today.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, going, okay, and then they'll be like, "Go
Today's your
2,000
day.
times, 2,000 times." And I go, "Okay, I'll tell you what. Just on the way here, I bet you that you've at least broken the law at least 3 times. So who in here came up to if your light was red, but you were making a right-hand turn,
Did you
actually
come to a
came to a
complete stop?
complete stop.
Huh, not one.
Not one hand. Okay, great. So when you come to that stop sign, and I know you all do this every single day, how many of you come to a complete stop and wait 3 seconds? No,
I
hand-
wait
no
6
hands.
seconds just to
No
make
hands.
sure.
No hand. You see what I'm saying?
don't
I'm
count,
going,
Dave.
see? So now, how many times do you do that? So I mean, really, unless you're a real idiot, and it's usually because you get a lot of speeding tickets. Basically, you'll go for like a 5 or 7 year span. Now think about adding just those that you came here this morning. How long did it take you to get here? About 30 minutes, and you broke 3-4 laws. Now add
Yeah,
that to your
only
entire
34.
day for 365 days a year, and they're like, "Oh, right,
Laws are just suggestions.
this guy."
There's
Yeah, I mean, the speed limit is technically a suggested limit.
well,
Right,
True.
because of the basic speed law.
The,
if you go by
the
that,
cops
but-
tell you it's a hard no, don't pass it. But
I always like to tell the students, I say, what is a realistic speed to ride out on the streets? And they always come up with 30. No, come on, a realistic speed. And then they go like, it's probably 50. Yeah, how fast did you drive your car here to the range? 80. Okay.
yeah,
Like,
Stupid.
I think a realistic speed is just like slightly faster than the other cars, so you know what's going on and you're aware of everything that's out there.
a realistic
that's why
speed
Dave
limit?
doesn't write laws.
No shit. Just
Actually,
leave
that was in
everybody
the
go.
motorcycle safety guide when I was like getting my license.
Really?
That's what the DMV recommended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
slightly
like
faster
I don't
than
like
the
to be with the
So
cars. I
if the
like to
cars are
be-
going 100, is it still the safest to be going slightly faster, Dave?
Well, that's a judgment call. In that case, 150 would be better.
Wow. yeah,
You want to go zooming by them?
I can see why you don't ride much,
see,
and I appreciate that you don't
I
ride.
can kind of understand.
No, I do.
where
I
he's
ride
coming
most
from.
days.
I know I'm messing with you.
Like I can kind of understand it because as far as your spatial awareness is concerned,
I'm the same. I don't
if
ever
I'm
stay that
moving
close to
slightly
cars.
faster than the cars, I know who's around me.
Exactly.
Right.
Whereas there's nobody sneaking up on me. If I'm moving slightly faster, it's more predictable. For
And
me.
two
Unless you're on
for-
the 91 freeway and the fast track, then you really gotta watch your foot.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, well, like for me commuting
Apparently
home at
there's a
night,
300 mile
if
an
you're
hour speed
doing
limit
that,
now.
like you say, Justin, a little bit faster, you'll pick up on the guy doing 100 miles an hour coming up on your
Yeah.
ass, and
Well, that
those are
too,
the
yeah.
guys that are going to run you over and
Yeah.
keep going. So you
Yeah.
got to be aware of
watch
that all
those.
the time.
Yeah, when I'm going with the flow of traffic and they're doing 75, close to 80. Yeah.
So I was going to
And I watch somebody in my mirror come up on me, I'm like, and I'm moving.
yeah, yeah, because some of these people, you're like, I don't
Yeah,
think
they
this
just-
guy
yeah.
sees me.
No.
Well, there's also the thing, if you're going the same speed as everybody else, then you're kind of getting yourself into a trance. It's like people that go slow tend to like bunch together. So you don't want to be in that trance because then you're no longer alert to those cars that are doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I concur. I like to say I like to ride aggressively, not
Dave's talking about complacency. I like it.
dangerously. I like to ride
Complacency kills.
aggressively. Aggressively
does.
means I'm with it. I'm
Shake your head.
totally aware of what's
dare
going
you.
on.
Complacency does kill.
So I wasn't even gonna. Yeah.
But yeah, being aware of what's going on is like super, super important for what's going on.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. He's practicing holding back. Something's wrong.
What's Rita I want to say?
So Zig, so we're talking about peace signs to other riders, and my question for all you guys, and I deal with it every day, is do you throw the peace sign to the guy that's got his flip-flops and tank top and shorts on?
No.
I did this morning.
No.
It's like,
And that's just a
yeah, I
judgment
can't
call.
do
Like
it.
I'm an instructor. I don't condone that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I bitch at my students when they
How about
show
the
up
guy
on
with the
bikes with their
oxygen
sleeves
tanks on the
rolled
back?
up.
That's one specific ride.
I'll
That's
chuck
one
that guy that
specific
thinks
reason
because he
I
might
won't ride with
go into a ball
a group
of fire
of people.
before he even gets home. Like,
Well,
Did you see that picture?
yeah.
But we won't name.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well, I'm not
I'll
throwing
be
names
honest
out there.
with this is because usually when the riders are approaching me, I already have my hand out, so I'm
Right.
giving but then you don't realize
Yeah.
that they've got flip flops.
You're like, oh, it's a dumbass.
Well, yeah, it's just
Well, that's when
dumbass.
you pull one finger
There's my
back.
answer to that question. I give out my sign early.
Yeah, I do too.
You know,
Because
I've done the get next to him and go like this, like really?
Have you ever had somebody flip you off?
Oh yeah.
No. Like I was cruising along one day, and I don't know why. I was cruising along on my sport bike, and I saw Harley come the other way, and this was one of those old school dudes with the big white beard and the
Yeah.
half shell and the sunglasses. And I was cruising by, and I chucked him the deuces, and he looked over and smiled and gave me the bird.
no way.
I kind of like that guy.
I was like,
Yeah.
that is the only time. And it was like, he was happy about it.
I
So
wouldn't
I'm
be
like,
mad. I couldn't be mad at that. I'd be like,
honestly,
awesome.
dude, this guy just showed me something of biker culture.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
now, a decade later, like me and Zig, I greet him with a middle finger.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a
high
biker thing. That
Yeah.
could mean hello. That could mean have a nice day. That could mean the next brown's on me. That could mean your bike is better than mine. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It could mean whatever. It's like it's our whole little language just
Oh,
contained
yeah.
in that one digit. And he showed me that. He was like, "I'm having a great day. Fuck you."
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
That's the
then.
best part about it.
Cool. Like whatever. And now I do that. Like if I'm cruising along and I chuck the deuces and the guy doesn't wave back,
Then yeah.
once he passes me, my deuces becomes a middle finger. And I hope he sees it in his mirror, and then I move on with my day.
Because you normally
Because then that
you'll
gets rid
know.
of the rage.
Yeah.
Where I'm like pissed off that guy didn't acknowledge me back. I'm like, hey, I like you. Fuck off then. Gone. And
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
over it.
I look at it this way because sometimes I'll see the deuces as I'm passing, but I have
Yeah.
like if I'm coming home, from my shop, I got the sun in my eyes, so I
you
can't
can't
really
see.
or I might be acknowledging maybe something that's going to be a hazard to me. And then I see the rider, but I'm like, oh, this
Too late. Yeah.
this asshole right here. I don't know. Then I see it. Then it's like I see it the last second. So by the time I do this, they're already like, and he's probably thinking, wow, what an asshole.
Or I'm
and-
trying to
try to
hold
do-
it in a
I
curve
try,
and some
I
guy's
try to do
waving
the
at
helmet
me.
nod if I can't use my hands.
Yeah.
Like if I'm shifting or whatever, I give them the nod. I learned a body language thing. When guys like nod at each other, we nod up to people we know.
Yes.
And down to people we don't.
right.
Yeah.
Just instinctually. I don't know why we do that.
Yeah, it's a good point because I'll do the same thing. Like if I'm sitting at a red light, and then like if there's like a rider making a left-hand turn, I have my clutch in. I'm always in gear. I don't
Yeah.
take my bike out
We
of
should
gear.
be in gear.
I do the
Ready
same
to
thing.
go.
Yeah, we should be in gear
and I
later
have my
on.
hand on the throttle ready just in case. And if they're making, they'll do hey, what's up, and I'll do that. But yeah, if it's you and I know it's you, hey, what's up, bitch?
It's like a Western and South thing. Yeah, it's more of a Latino thing. That hey, what's up? But if you go to the South, like
Ma'am.
George or whatever, it's always a nod.
Yeah.
You don't get
Right.
the heads up. You get the nod almost always. Like
I think the
"Hello,
nod is just
how
the
are you?"
older version.
Hello.
Yeah.
But it's
Maybe,
funny
yeah.
that you mentioned that because I mean.
Howdy.
I'll even do that with like if I'm just like if someone says
partner.
if someone like that I don't know going to the grocery store, maybe I'm pushing my cart, hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? And I tilt down. But if it's like if he was coming in the grocery store, hey, what's up, Zig, you asshole? Hey, what's up, dude? You punk bitch.
Usually it's
I
the
know
nod-
Punk
it's
Beach.
the
You
nod
Punk
with the
Beach.
finger.
Right?
Maybe that's a SoCal thing. I don't know. Maybe we got listeners in other states that can like tell us what's up.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
And I know that's how it is down here.
Well, what about what is
Overtime
it
is
in
great.
Toronto? This is John Haney. If he's still tuned in, what is it like in what do they do in Toronto, Canada? Don't you know?
They don't go,
Hey.
Hey.
They go,
Hey.
hey.
Can we?
Don't you know that's
Hey.
Minnesota?
Hey.
Don't you
Hey.
know? That's fucking funny.
Hey.
Hey.
Wow. Now we're just making fun of Canadians
No, I
again.
think it's
I hate
A.
you all right now.
Be seen.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your
friend,
pal,
guy.
buddy.
God.
Did you guys talk about doing wheelies?
No.
No. Why? Did
Oh,
somebody
okay,
ask about it?
because Christy came back with on one wheel, baby.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
throwing deuces to the
That's
cops
just because
on
she's a
one wheel.
unicorn.
Yeah.
I have a phone call coming in, but I'm not sure how to patch it through. You want me to try?
Go for it.
The window disappeared.
Well, fuck it, whatever.
You have special
Oh, the wrong
package.
late.
number.
I think it's somebody actually accessing the computer remotely, and it looks like a
Hotmail.
phone call. Never mind.
Yay.
Okay, yeah, that's not.
You have
I'd rather
special
chime
package.
on it. Phone calls. It's I don't know. I'd rather
I haven't
I'd
done
rather
a true
read a
wheelie in
message.
several years now.
What's that?
I haven't done a true wheelie in a couple years.
I haven't since I owned the RC. Oh, but talk about wheelies.
No,
holy
I got the cross country's front wheel off the ground the other day.
Did you
Oh,
really?
sweet.
I was in the parking lot and I was practicing my quick stops, and I came to a quick stop, and then I turned around and I was gonna go back up the center of the range, and I just whacked the fucking throttle and dumped it, and it was like, "Rah," and it got light. I was like, oh, and set it back down. It probably only got like 2 inches off the ground, but you can feel it when the front end
Bro,
gets light.
it was some sweet
And
air.
I'm like, oh!
It is funny because I'll be doing classroom, and this guy will show up, to set up the range, which I totally appreciate because it's one thing there's other sites I work at that
Yeah, we were talking about
if you're
this
doing
too.
classroom, it's like going okay, I will show up early and I will set up the range.
Yeah.
So when you get out of classroom, you can go to lunch, you can do whatever because you were there. You were up at 4:00 in the morning. So I'll do that. But it's fun because we'll be taking that second break and he's there, and then he's doing some of the
Practice.
yeah the practicing and it's maybe some of the advanced stuff and then he's leaning off his bike and stuff like that, and they're looking like going, do we got to do that? No.
Because see, like,
He's
especially
Not
an
today.
instructor. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's an
regardless-
instructor. He's practicing, and that's when I go to. And practice makes perfect. And that's my first thing is beginning rider practice till they get it right. An expert rider practices they can't get it wrong. And that's what he's doing.
I just
And they're
practice
oh,
when I show
okay.
up on the bike. I do slow speed maneuvers and I try to counterweight. So my goal is to counterweight as far as I can without scraping, and then I set the bike on the floorboard, do a complete circle, and then get back off. So I know where that point is, and then I'll change directions and I'll do long sweeping turns and try to get off the bike and get really low without scraping, and then usually I just knock the end of my exhaust
Yeah.
off.
But you're never going to get off your bike as much as Adam has.
I'm still working on that. There will come a day.
It is a sick picture, dude.
There will come a day where I will get brave enough to let go of that outside grip. And when that happens, I'll get my knee down. Because you don't need the outside grip if you're cornering properly.
Right.
Well,
Unless I'm making a
control your
left
throttle,
turn.
it would be to the right. Yeah.
But if I can make a right turn and just get comfortable with letting go of that fucking left bar, I'll get my right.
I was there at one point. Long time ago.
I will. It'll happen. I'll do it. Because now I've seen a photograph that it's possible. He's taller than me. But I'll figure it out.
I just can't.
When I figure it out.
I just can't stretch out my
Yeah.
the hips just don't do it anymore. I'm getting up there.
Speaking of back in the day when we used to do
I'm
dumb
less
shit.
flexible and I fart more.
Oh, dude, no. Do you know who
Those
Fast
two are not
Eddie is?
necessarily connected.
So, Fast Eddie is this guy. He runs a YouTube channel called Moto Jitsu.
Yeah.
I like him because I've met him and I worked with him on the track a couple times. And he also works at the PDWs and stuff.
The hell?
He just recently posted a video. He's on his GS 1200. He gets his whole body. He's riding side saddle on the left side of the bike.
Oh, wow.
And with his entire body on the left side, he drags his left knee in a circle.
Wow.
I'm like, as far as I know, he's the first person in the world to drag knee from the inside of the bike like that. Like, he's got his right leg tucked into his crash bar and shit so it doesn't fall off. And he's dragging his left knee from the left side of the bike.
Wow.
His whole body's on the left side. I'm like, that is fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's my challenge. All you stunters that think you're hot shit, do that.
Yeah.
I know he calls
Do
them all
that.
out, man. It's awesome. I'm
He
like,
does. He's always calling them out. I'm like, you're allowed to call people out when you're badass. That's how
Yeah.
it works. Like, it was just insane.
I like it because he's really trying to promote people to get training.
Well,
Yes.
what I learned,
Yeah.
he was the one
Not
that I
only
learned
get
about
training,
the
but
whole
then
exhausting.
Well,
from.
also position because it balances the motorcycle. That's one thing about the total control training
Right. We're all about balance.
deal, especially with the body position. And I had Redial send me a picture of him, and he sent me a picture of Adam Hersey. And so when I'm going through his, like you were saying, we get a lot of guys that are, they're riding Harleys or they're riding cruisers and stuff like that, right? And we're talking about in 6, when you go into classroom 2, you start 6, and we're body position. And I tell them, I'm like going, and I've always been this way. And I always thought I was crossing boundaries until we went to the PDW, and then we were in Ophir's class.
Oh yeah,
And he's like going, no, this
is
is their sternum with the inside fork leg is a requirement. And I'm like going, oh my God, thank you. It was like the heavens opened up and the angels sang. I'm like going, oh my God, because I'd always be apprehensive, when another instructor or if a QAV came around. I'm like, okay, well,
If you want to do some remedial,
if you look at exercise 13, about your coaching points, it doesn't say anything about your sternum in the fork leg. So it's but it helps. And so I'm like going, okay, we'll check it out. So we go through the whole thing, and then I take my phone, I go, get out here. Because you get the guys on the Harleys and stuff like that's I find out.
They're like, oh, you can only do that on sport bikes.
Yeah, because when we were on the Saturday, we had a few guys in the classroom that were on Harleys and baggers or cruisers, and like a couple Kawasaki Vulcan. And so I was like, okay, check it out. So the body piston, here you go. Here's me and my sport bike. So I send them, I show them all a picture, and this is me on the track. Leathers and blah blah. So I'm obviously at GAT, and so this is what you would expect. It's for a sport bike. Yeah, okay, this is what they do. And I says, okay, when's the last time you seen somebody on a cruiser do this? And they're like, and it's silent, crickets. You know what I mean? And then I go, okay, check this out. And then I pull up a picture of him, and I go, look. This is a Victory bagger. And I says, now, tell me, this is not a motorcycle technique and not a sport bike technique. And they're like, what? Did we get the reaction?
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
which
what?
Which
what
camera
the heck?
looks at me when I start talking? Which one is it? I don't know which camera it is.
Don't worry about this.
No, I know.
Don't
I
look
wanted
at
to
it.
show them the pictures.
No, it goes by voice activated.
Right.
So they're like going, what? And they're like going, yeah. And now check this out. This is me and Redial's higher tiered instructor. And look at this picture. And then he's just completely dragging me on his bike.
Yeah.
And he's like,
yeah.
and he's like, they're like, what? I'm like going, see? It can be done on any motorcycle. Doesn't mean if you have a Gold Wing, a bagger. And then I had the one guy that, well, what if it's 8 fingers like this? I said, well, then you're just fucked.
Yeah. He's like, just goes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I didn't say you're fucked. I don't cuss in class. I go, I'm sorry. Because you just can't do it.
There it is.
When you're like
There's
this.
Adam Hersing right there.
Yeah. I'm
You
like,
can't get the geometry.
you can't do it. I'm like going, and besides, even if you're like this, you are controlling the motorcycle with your shoulders, and there's no input to the handlebars properly from your shoulders. Everything comes from the elbows forward.
Yep.
There's no shoulders. I'm on the track. I don't use my shoulders.
Yeah, we can do that in a Street 500s during the break. Like, especially I'm going to do a demo. I'll just gear up and go screw around on the bike just to practice. And I'll show the students the 2 different positions. Here's scraping. Here's the same position off the bike. Same turn off the bike, no scraping. Wow.
Yeah.
Because they got the engine protection bars, so they scrape real easy.
Oh, nice.
So you can really highlight that. It'd be like leaned over and then off the bike, and look at that. I can go even faster.
Right.
Well, and I was riding with a friend, and I'm trying to learn that because I took the IRC.
Sure.
So I'm trying to get my shoulders to the outside. I'm not going sideways or. And she says, "Yeah, well, I can see why that's important on a sport bike." And I said,
fuck
no, it's more important
See?
on a bagger.
They don't understand it.
It's
Yeah.
more important for us.
Right.
So you got to come out
Yeah,
to
we-
like
we teach
Apex
technique,
or even
not
just come fuck around
bike
the parking lot with me.
specific.
I'll play with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Show you some
I mean, but I exaggerate it when I'm going on my little rides. We went from Rancho to Julian via Idlewild.
Oh, nice.
So went out to Beaumont and over
Sure.
243. What a great ride that was.
It is. It's
But
nice.
it's the same thing, I mean, those curves are nothing difficult, but I'm
But you can
pulling
do 'em
myself.
better.
Yeah,
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 you can always
exactly.
do better.
And it
Especially
was
on the
amazing how
backside
much
coming down from
difference it
Idlewild where
makes.
those chicanes are, the
Yeah.
bank turns. Fuck yeah. I mean, I've been through there 90 miles an hour. Just because the road banks it banks
Yeah.
the way it's supposed to. So you can
On camera.
pitch that bike into those curves.
Yeah, I was doing 40. I was happy with myself.
We'll get you there.
Well,
Dude, it's
I was
late.
really
Let's go home.
happy this last
Yeah,
trip
go-
that I did because I was able to keep up with the cars.
There you go.
You know what would be
That's right, Mike. Go the speed you feel safe with. Otherwise, you'll be the
Absolutely.
video I
Oh,
posted
yeah.
up before.
Yeah.
Well, I told
All
you about
the-
the
the-
first ride I took with
The guys
him.
running off the corners.
Yeah, I was there too.
The
Yeah.
video I posted
You
up
were there then?
this
No, you
afternoon.
weren't.
Have you seen
It was the big group ride, wasn't it?
No.
Guys
Oh,
taking
okay,
the
never
corners,
mind
running
then.
off the
No,
corners.
it was his two
all could be
boys and
fixed
one of
by
their friends.
Yeah,
and
never mind.
me.
learning how to ride.
Yeah.
And they were up to 15 going, 80 miles an hour. And when we got off to us, I was like, and they'd already turned and left and gone. It's like, okay, I can't turn around and go away now.
Yeah, nice.
Well, you know what would be a great? It would be once you do the Arc 1 and Arc 2, which will get you a little more prepared for it. Yep. But Horse Thief Mile, I'm telling you, that is such a great.
Oh, that was so fun.
Horse Thief is
I've
dope.
never been on Horse Thief until Total Control took
Yeah.
over the curriculum.
Yeah.
Never been on there.
Such a
I've
fun
always
track.
seen it. I've been on Streets and I've been on Big Willow, and never been a Horse Thief. And I've always looked at it like, what a stupid little track.
That track is fucking awesome.
This
Yeah, it
is
is.
the stuff, you know what I mean? I want to go fast, rah. And then you go on there, my first time on there, I was humbled.
Well, and for your money,
So
So
extremely.
technical. Yeah.
for your money, if you're a SoCal local in Paris, Apex Kart Track, it's a go-kart track. But during the week, for $38, you can go ride your bike on the track all day.
Oh, cool.
And they don't do tech inspections and shit. So it's literally the cheapest place I've ever found.
Where's
Yeah,
this
but
at?
that's
Go find
super tight,
turns.
though.
Exactly. What I like about that is that they're
We're talking
ridiculously
about-
tight. So somebody like
Talking
Mike,
about American
who
money.
needs the practice, you're out there, you're in first and second gear.
Where is this at?
And you're working your technique.
Paris.
So it forces you to work
off this
the
week. I
technique
might go do that.
because speed is no longer a factor.
Yeah, but it's also experience level, and
Well,
that's
yeah.
why I'm saying
But what I like
American
about
Mike
that-
would be.
Yeah.
You're right. It is
At
a good
Apex,
track
it's cool
once
because
you get-
there's other instructors there. That's who goes and does these things, like Fast Eddie and Adam Herzing and myself and Dan Parks. There's a bunch of us that go out there. So when you're riding, these guys will be able to tell really quick that you're not an instructor. So I go, are you willing to take some critique? And they'll follow you, or they'll get on your bike and show you. It was really cool because like my brother had never been to a track day.
Oh.
And so I took him to Apex for $38. He's on the ST 1300.
Oh, cool.
And he rode it around. He was doing pretty good for having zero
STs
training.
are actually pretty easy to have.
And my brother's
Yeah.
never taken a class. He took the MSF course with me when we started a decade ago. And that's it. So he's never had any formal training. So he's smashing around and he was doing all right. He was leaving me behind. But then to watch him get instructed by guys like Adam and Eddie, he was humbled by just how much better he got in the space of a couple hours.
Yeah.
Because they were just giving him little stuff like body position.
It makes
and
it more fun.
where you put your feet and stuff like that.
Are you going this
Before
week?
when we showed up, my brother's bike was doing most of the work. By the end of the day, he was doing the work, and the bike was just flowing, and it worked really. It was a really cool thing to watch because these guys, they're there to dick around. They don't care. They're
Yeah.
not there to like get paid, but they're instructors at heart, so they're still observing all the time.
Maybe that's what I'll go do tomorrow. I don't have any
Okay,
plans,
yeah,
and
go
I'm
for
on vacation.
Shut up.
Well, so that's why he's.
I gotta work, Dick.
I was wondering why you were able to show up today.
Double check. You gotta
for you.
call them because I don't remember exactly what days it is. I think it's weekdays, but there might be specific days.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the last week I was allowed to take vacation before peak season where they block everything out. So I was like, okay, I'm taking it. And then this weekend, my mom showed up and she told me it's my birthday this week. So I was like, oh, cool. I got my birthday off.
If you're done, yeah, you can take off anytime you
It's
want.
bedtime
dude.
for me, bro. I gotta work tomorrow.
All right.
By the way, like we put the show on for another 2 hours.
No, fuck off.
About 12 minutes ago.
That's fucked up.
All
So-
right.
so we can go on as long as you want.
Well, how did that song go with?
Larry Johnson.
Remember? I know you remember this. Lawrence Welk. Good
How
night.
fucking old do you think I am?
Sleep tight and let your dreams come true. I remember that when I was a kid. We used to always
Gay.
watch Lawrence Welk at my grandparents' house.
Yeah. And Stephen Eady.
Adios, au revoir.
Didn't they sing that on The Simpsons once?
Yeah, you can take over that one. This guy doesn't. He doesn't even. He doesn't more. Oh, you have to teach tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, do you?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you picking up bikes?
Yeah. Well, I'm at the room with me. I'm gonna swap that one out. Then I'll grab the other one.
What time are you teaching over at SCMT tomorrow?
Class starts at 7.
Yeah, he's at classroom. I won't be there till about 11:30.
I might drop by.
I'll be there.
See, and then that's what's brutal. Like when I have to, when I go see bands, but JJ doesn't have to worry about it, But it's on like on a Friday or a Saturday. We go see bands. I'm like going, yeah, and we're there. It's like midnight. I'm like, dude, I got to get up tomorrow.
Is it just
gotta
me
get
as we age, dude? It's brutal. It's like,
It-
drag.
It's
Hard.
I'm so thankful for energy drinks like Red Bull. They're all sitting right there in my drawer. I'd always put one in the refrigerator before the night before because I can't put them all in the refrigerator because the boys will drink them.
Yeah.
My little bastard sons.
And they don't need them either.
They don't. They're young. It's like, God damn it, man. I'm old, man. I need this shit.
No.
Why is it? Oh, there we go.
Do they ever get up middle of the night, your kids? Just rummage through the house, raid the fucking refrigerator?
Oh, my boys. Yeah. I mean,
we're gonna have a new
they're-
fucking rule in our house. I slept like shit last night because they were up like every 2 hours, making a sandwich or fucking getting ice, and it's like,
See, I never did that when I was young.
no, I didn't either.
Until I started working a night job, then I
I think
did
my
it.
parents
but-
would kill me if I.
Oh,
did that.
absolutely.
Yeah, now
Like,
my boys, Drake loves his sleep. Well, now Dylan, he goes to the gym at 11 o'clock, so he comes back at like 1:30.
oh, he's making a smoothie at
really?
1:30.
Yes, now he's like, doing his thing.
Tell me,
It's
asshole,
like,
you can make that before you go to the gym, and then it's already there when you come back.
yeah, right.
Yep.
So we're
But
gonna.
it's not fresh.
Yeah, we're gonna state a new rule at the house. Like 10 p.m. is the curfew.
For the kitchen,
You-
the kitchen curve.
Yeah, you
Take over this one.
if you want to, it's like if you freaking want to make a sandwich or some shit, you're gonna do it at 9:50
Yeah.
because you're not getting up at. And sometimes they'll get up and be stupid sneaky, and then the dogs hear it, and then they start barking because they hear something, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, you're pissing everybody off now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, freaking kids.
What did Christy says? Wait, didn't Elvis?
We can't hear you. Speaking to the mic.
Speaking to the mic.
Oh no, I'm looking at Christy, and she said, wait, didn't Elvis get the ladies to swoon with a little shake of his hip until he was how old?
I don't know. Dead?
Like, pretty much.
Yeah, dead.
How old was he when he died? Like 50?
I think so, but he was like huge.
Yeah.
Was he another one that died in like a plane crash? I can't
No.
remember.
No, he just
He died on his throne.
he died taking a dump.
Really?
His doctor actually like published some research like a couple decades later about how chronically constipated he was. So basically, he died because he couldn't shit.
That's a terrible way to go.
I know.
It just moved up my list. First it was fire and drowning, and now it's not being able to shit.
Dude,
That's
trust me,
number three.
trust me, I know because just last month when I had to deal
Yeah.
with that food poisoning, dude, that was the most uncomfortable. I mean, I had appendicitis, dude, and I remember that distinctly. And that food poisoning, whenever my entire intestinal tract swelled up, dude, oh my God, it was no bueno. No bueno.
Yeah, food
Oh, I
poisoning
know. Yeah,
sucks.
that whole.
Did
that
you
whole,
see that?
Well, yeah. Well, see, that's
The dragon tail or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's not the dragon tail. See, here we go. So now here's what's going to happen. Here's what they did. What they didn't say on that video. I know. I seen it. You're going to show it to me. Here's what they didn't say on that. They didn't say that how inexperienced and how stupid those riders were. Basically, what Freight Train did is he shared a video of some riders going down the Dragon's Tail, which is in Virginia, right? Is it Virginia?
Sounds like
South Virginia, North Virginia,
Something like that.
I know of a dragon's tooth.
No, it's called Dragon's
Dave.
Tail.
Or tail of the dragon.
Tail of the Dragon. That's it.
I thought that was in a different country.
Dave knows where the tail of the ass is, or yeah.
Right. So, anyways,
Dragon's
what
ass.
it is, and you can pull up Tail of the Dragon, and there's people crashing all the time. Now, the sport bike guys, a lot of them are just going way too fast.
Yeah.
But most of these are like cruisers, and you can watch them, and they're not
sliding
going
out.
that fast.
North Carolina to
but
Tennessee.
they're North Carolina, so they're not going that fast. And you're looking at them, and like the first one, the guy has no clue, absolutely no clue what pushing to initiate lean.
No.
And what's funny is that he's
He
got
leaned to initiate push. He fucked it all up.
What's funny is when he's going slow, if he doesn't get hurt, nobody really gets hurt in this video, But it's not like a gross one, like red asphalt or whatever. But what happened is the guy stands up, and I'm watching, and he's got this vest. He has his arms are bare, but his vest is completely covered in patches, and I'm like, okay. So what did you do? Did you did you drive to like a bunch of bike events, buy a bunch of patches, have them sewn on your vest before you bought your Harley? And just saying, because the guy has absolutely no visual aim whatsoever. And he starts putting his foot down, and he keeps looking where he ended up. I'm like, oh, what? And it's not even a tight turn. This is like this real graceful, turn. Literally. I'm sure that me and Freight Train and Jordy could probably take that turn at triple digit. Easy. But the guy's doing like 30 or 40 miles. I'm like going, oh, my God, where are you looking?
How about the one on the Gixxer getting on the on-ramp?
Oh, yeah. He
completely.
It's not actually. He wasn't on an on ramp, or
it looked like an on ramp to a
no.
freeway.
There was a car coming. I think it was a merging portion of a freeway.
It did turn to the left. It was a ramp.
It did start to turn to the left, and now there's a car on the right. And so, and the guy, you can hear the guy. You can see his tachometer. So the guy speeds up which is the right decision. Yeah. Okay, now here you are. Are you going to be like, merge and meet at the same time? No, give it some gas. Okay, great. So I'm watching the video, and all of a sudden, the guy's bike keeps going wider and wider and wider. Now I'm looking at his bike. I'm like going, well, the bike's not leaned over.
Yeah.
The bike's still upright. And then here comes the K-rail to the right. And we're talking, this is 4 lanes wide. 4 lanes wide, and he just heads right for the K. I'm like, holy cow. And now at this point, now he's going wide. What he did is now he's looking at exactly what he doesn't want to hit.
Yep.
He's like going, oh my God, no, I don't want to go towards that. I don't want to. Well, you're looking at it.
And he's grabbing a fistful of front brake.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. And which is, it's great. Which like when we do the training, and like this past weekend, we had, a few students that were doing the same thing. And I literally had to stop the exercise. I'm like, going, okay, stop right here. Okay. Now, folks, I'm standing over here. I said, look at me. Is that what I'm saying? Yes, that's what you're saying. Okay. Now, you went wide. Now, where were you looking? Not at you.
The cliff.
Yeah. You were looking because
semi-truck.
you decided not to look at me. But now these were all people that are new to riding. And I said, now this is a great example of where you look, you will go on a motorcycle. You can turn to the right in a car, and you can look left. Where's the car going to go?
To
the right. But on a motorcycle, it does not work that way. It doesn't matter
No, sir.
how little bit of the right you look, you're going to start going in that direction. And we had a few do that. And finally, and when I got them to do it, and I was like, yes. And he was actually in the middle. And now I'm on the outside, and so now I have to back up, and they're going to the right. And I'm like, oh, now I'm calling them. They get half. I'm like, look, I'm calling their name. Look at me. And then, because they were going really, really wide, I said, look at me. And then all of a sudden it tightened up. And when they came in, they're like going, wow.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, this is like,
Yeah, they finally get it.
Yeah.
Don't you have that one? Oh, man, there's always a one, though, that they have a...
Oh, yeah, no, we had 2.
yeah. No, we had 4.
I'm like, look it. I don't care what's going on. Don't look that way. Don't. You have to fight it. And you know what I did? I took the cone. And I put it over my head. I did this. A huge distraction. And he's like... I'm like, hey,
Jesus
that
Christ.
worked. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, that was good. I'm like... And he didn't do it the rest of the time. It was awesome. So you got to find tools.
Yeah.
I was
Well-
just like, look at here. Don't look over there.
Well, during the debrief, you asked, about looking. And I will tell them, okay, so when I told you to look at me, and you looked at me, and then you decide to look you're in your path of travel, instead of looking at me, your intended path of travel, where'd the bike go? It went that way. Okay,
Yeah.
so, I need to, when you look at me, so the thing is, how do you know if you've done something right?
The bike goes where you want it to.
Well, there's that
Well,
answer.
you've done it wrong. You won't know if you've done something right until you've done it wrong. That's why there's right and wrong. You have to do both in order to figure out which one is which.
True.
And I tell them, so when you do it wrong, where does the bike go? And it goes that way. Okay, when I tell you to look at me and you do it right, where does the bike go? Right towards you. There you go. And look at your line. And it closes up. And so that's a perfect example. I love those because they have there's another couple guys that do the same thing at Mulholland. What is that? What is that one called?
Snake.
No. Is that what they call
Yeah.
it?
What you're talking about by...
Mulholland Highway. Yeah, the top
they
of the
call it
hill.
the snake. It's nothing.
Okay.
When I wrote it, I hadn't been there, right? So it was 3-4 years ago. I went and wrote it. I'm like, I wrote it, and then I turned around, and I came back, and I wrote it, and I turned around. I'm like, and then I pulled off with everyone. They all pull off. There's a parking area, and they all kind of line up along the side of the shoulder. I'm like, that's it. All the videos I've seen, that's it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
Mulholland is not that bad.
No,
Go
it's
down Decker
nothing.
Canyon.
It's here's what it is. They were sitting around on a bike. They get on a bike, cold tires, do a U-turn, come up as fast as they can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool when you slide out because you have no heat in your tires and you have no
Right.
traction.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I
You're doing
can't.
20 miles an hour.
Go to. Can you imagine what they would be like on Horseleaf Mile? Turns 1, 2, and 3. Well, turns 1, 2, and 3. It's like a quick little chicane. You go into turn 1, then it's turn 2, and then turn 3. I mean, it's really super tight.
Yeah.
And then turn 4, you go back. Then turn 5's up the top of the hill, and then it's a decreased radius at the top and a blanker.
You know what that is Horse Thief Mile is so fitting is because it so works into what we're going to deal with if you're going to go ride in the mountains.
Yes.
There's
That's
a lot
a
of
simulation,
replication of
yeah.
it. Like go out 138 back way out from Crestline to Silverwood.
That's tight.
That's fun, dude.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
It's tight.
Switch
I
back.
think I've taken you down the backside of Crestline, haven't I?
I have no idea where
When
I
you
go
gotta
when I'm
look over-
going with you.
when you got to look over your shoulder.
It's-
No,
yeah,
no,
it's-
I'm
then
never
no,
looking
yeah.
over my shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't think I've taken them there, but yeah, on the backside of Crestline of the 138
I love that, dude.
towards Silverwood. Either way, if you come from the 138 to the San Bernardino side or vice versa, yeah, that's first and second gear. I mentioned that when we went in classroom.
My dream is to have it closed off for a whole day and just ride it all day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? Just by yourself. No cars, just directions. Like everyone goes one way and then everyone stops, and everyone goes this way and everyone stops. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be
Well, it'd be
bad.
nice if they also someone was out there sweeping the street because there's a couple
Oh,
of
It's
dirt.
dirty on the corner.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it adds to it. Yeah, it adds to your challenge.
Yeah.
You know,
Nothing like a
And
little
it gives you
rear
a
tire
chance
slippage.
to. Well, yeah, it gives you a little chance to feel what it's like to
Yeah.
have the tire slip out.
Yeah.
Just like when you do the part in classroom 1 where you said, okay, well, what is happening shouldn't be happening. Okay,
Right.
if you're on a dirt bike,
What shouldn't be happening?
What is your rear tire doing? Oh, it's sliding in. Okay, so that means when you get on your street bike and that rear tire starts sliding, this shouldn't be happening. It's a street bike. It's not a dirt
Unless
bike.
it's a supermoto.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a whole nother class.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's my next one on my agenda.
but
I'm not taking that
getting
one.
used to the bike sliding, it doesn't panic. You don't get panic. You're
Exactly.
like, oh,
Right.
shit.
Well,
It's like,
most people do. That's the
yeah.
whole
I
thing.
know,
Most
that's a
people
problem.
do. When it starts to slip,
Yeah.
people drop the throttle, which is engine braking, or they reach
For the brake.
or they just straighten up.
Yeah.
Oh, let me straighten up, and then they go out to the side.
yeah, like the one up
Yeah.
in.
Every once in a while, I like to
That
let my
one off
tires slide a little. That way I get used to the feeling again. Because I generally don't do that anymore. So every once in a while, I'm like, okay, cool. That's how it feels like.
Yeah, you can with those crappy ass tires you use.
He hates Bridgestone.
Well, these
Bridgestone
Metzler
sucks.
Z8s I got on this bike. I hate them.
Are they the stock
they're-
tires?
Put some Michelins on it. Michelin,
Yes.
baby.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I've been PR4 for God knows how long now. The PR5s GT for the heavier bike supposed to come out in 2019, but I'm like, I'm hoping it's January 1st, 2019, because these tires are like rocks. Yeah, I'm gonna get 10,000, 12,000 miles out of them, but they're like,
Yeah, they're not gonna they're not gonna stick.
You
I
know
don't
what
care
I'm
if they
trying
call it
next?
they suck.
dual compound bullshit. No, it's Bridgestone suck.
Yeah, the Michelins are like
So do
Velcro,
Dunnies.
dude.
Dunnies suck.
I like how he
too.
tells me Bridgestone sucks, but he used to watch me ride my RC51 like, holy shit.
When I had my my Concourse,
pretty
when I
good.
had that, it had Dunlops as stock tires, and I almost wanted to just do a burnout just to burn them off to get them off the bike. They were like, these tires are so shitty.
Okay, I got my money's worth out of them.
Yeah, because the bike would just wander all over the road.
Yeah, the next tires I'm going to try are going to be the Angel GTA specs.
See, everyone keeps talking about them. I'm just like, you know what?
Well, I wanna
I'm
try
just
'em before I make a
going-
decision.
I'm just going Michelin because they're super awesome tires. I just
God
Can't
damn it,
stand off, man.
Henry Miranda just chimed in, man. What did you just call me 50? Or did he call me
What up?
50?
Fitty.
Fitty?
Filthy.
Filthy? Is that what is he saying?
Fitty. Filthy. Filthy.
Filthy.
You're filthy, man.
Henry's my boy. I've known him
You're
for
filthy.
many years. Yeah. Actually, he doesn't ride anymore. How come you don't ride anymore, Henry? That's what my question is. I like to see him. He rides dirt, I think, still.
Maybe he's
I'm not
constipated.
Maybe you found a female that we talked about earlier that won't let him ride.
You all right, Mike?
Ooh.
I got something in my
No. He's
No?
he's
Okay.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of that, man. I'm like, hey, how come you don't ride? Well, my girlfriend doesn't like it.
AKA, I
No,
don't have
his-
balls anymore. 'cause
He
I
has
got
a
a
motorcycle
relationship.
shop.
Dude, that's
Well,
what
that's
I-
extra weird then.
that's
Well,
what's
but
really cool
he's in the
about-
high desert, so I know he doesn't
Oh,
offer it.
okay.
He just maybe not. I don't know.
Like my
I-
wife never gives me shit about riding ever. I mean, she's concerned for me always, but it's like she never,
Yeah, she doesn't give you shit.
never, ever. You shouldn't ride today. Maybe you should take the car. If she's like, if you feel like riding, you're riding. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's like yesterday. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to ride.
Yeah, that's different.
I'd rather ride. But if there's that little hint in the back of my head, listen to your instincts.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
Yeah,
I used to
I've
do
done
that,
that one a
but
few
my
times.
my bike is basically my car, and I commute daily on it. So I kind of overcome that. I overcome it by addressing what is in my head that's not right. Do I need to go do some figure eights on the street before I go down the street to get on the main roads? And that usually clear my head. Like, well, even this morning I was like, because the boys and the kids make so much noise, I was like, I literally pulled out of the driveway, went down the street, forgot my cooler and my freaking glasses.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like,
I have those
I'm
days.
not in it. I need to get my head wrapped around. Motorcycle ready. Go back. I actually went back to get my glasses, and I realized my lunch cooler was laying in the garage on the floor, and I didn't put it in my bag on my bike.
Yeah.
It's like, dumb. So then I went down the street, did a couple turns. Okay. I'm now with it. All right. Commute time.
Yeah.
So
Get yourself in the zone.
yeah.
Right. All right. Well, you know what? Thanks for listening and tuning in, everybody. It is that time. I know. I can go for 2 more hours.
I can't.
No, Mike can't. He's out.
But I do need to get up, and I need to work on some range bikes, and I got to work on some customers' bikes. But we appreciate turning into Bike Rally. The Bike Rally is actually the most watched segment out of all my shows. Even when I have bands on, it's like, But at least I have a segment that's every month that people really, really like. And it's nice that we can cater to the biker community and share some education, stuff, and then
A lot of bullshit.
and
That's the best
and
part.
a lot of bullshit.
That's why everybody tunes in.
Elvis level shit.
This is the biker community.
It's always Justin needs to be here because it's so easy to tease on him. It's so fun.
It is.
Love it.
Yeah, those young guys.
Right.
Well, and I don't
Falls
understand.
right into it.
It's funny enough, like as much as he's in the motorcycle lifestyle and as much as he dedicates himself to that, how he still easily gets offended sometimes. I'm like, really? Because you basically can't offend me. You could pretty much tell me anything. I'm just like, all right, whatever. Let's keep going.
No, I don't think it's offended. I think it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
and-
like irritated,
and,
like slightly irritated. Yeah.
You got me.
Right.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
me. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why he
Let it
doesn't.
go really
That's why he
quick.
doesn't like being in the room with me. I'm one of the few people that can.
Justin's a great
There's very few
character
people
and
wanna
he's
be in the
real
room with
chill.
Yeah, I know.
Like Justin's super even killed chill on
He
the
is.
range. He's like
he really is.
super
Yeah.
smooth, man. And that's what you need, especially being an instructor. You can't be like, "Ah!" and then,
Well, you shouldn't be like that in the first
Yeah.
place. You know what I mean?
But
And then
the-
you shouldn't be too laxy. You got to be somewhere in the middle.
But there are.
And-
You've worked
yeah.
with them.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
come on,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It's like I'll learn like taking from Adam. Make it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I joke around, and make it fun. Like when I do
yeah.
a demo, as Mike demonstrates, this is my first time. I've never done it. I don't know how it's going to go. The students are laughing. They think it's
Right.
funny.
Yeah.
And then they ride better because they're loose
Yeah.
and relaxed. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're having fun. Like exercise 2.
Yeah.
They got their feet up, man. When they come in a park, we're high-fiving. Yeah, we are now riding motorcycles.
Yeah.
They've never
Well,
put
I don't
their
know if
feet
I'd
up
want to
on a
high five them. I
motorcycle.
don't want their hands off the bars.
No, when they stopped.
Okay, cool.
Well, at the debrief.
That's better.
You're like, dude, they dig that. Try that.
Right.
Try it. Go high five them. Like, man, we are riding motorcycls, and see how that works
Yeah.
out. Because all of a sudden they're like, yeah, they are pumped, man. You can really get the whole class like amped. And I've tried it. I've tried the whole. Yeah, that was good. Okay, just debrief it, read the cars, and that's it, and see how they react.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they
And then they're like,
fall
huh,
asleep.
okay.
You have to bring them in.
Let's go take a break and be back in 15 minutes. And they're
All
like,
right. All right. So, anyways, guys, you know what? Again, thanks for chiming in. Next week, we're just going to be talking shit.
Like every week.
Oh, my song that I was going to play for closing failed.
Did it really?
Yeah, it said the media file
our
failed.
boss-
You
Uh,
failed.
our
No
boss,
hot for teacher tonight.
our boss is now watching. Just chimed in.
Who that?
Lee Parks is watching. Hey, Lee.
Oh, cool.
What up,
Lee?
Lee?
Just in time.
He's not just our boss. That's the godfather
I
of
know.
TCT.
he's the man. Yeah, probably Lee just got out of a meeting knowing Lee. It's like
Probably.
Mr. Busy.
He's
God.
a very busy guy.
Oh, with IMS coming up right now, he's probably
Oh,
just
yeah.
pulling his hair out of his head
Oh, right.
because there's so much going on
Yeah,
with getting
I'm-
that set up. Now with doing the whole setup for the demo rides, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
way
I'm
cool.
bummed I can't make it this year.
I specifically looked at the calendar because you give up your month
Yeah.
ahead. Like, oh, when is IMS? Oh, okay, I'm taking
Well, that's
that
what I'm going to do
Saturday
next
off.
year, and then I'm not going to commit to work doubles
Yeah,
the same weekend.
you're right. That too. So I still got to work the double on
Sunday?
on Sunday, but I got
That's
all
all right.
day
Yeah.
all day at IMS. So
Oh, and you
That's-
live out that way, don't you?
yeah, I'm like 20 minutes from
Yeah.
Long Beach. So I plan to go down and demo ride a bunch of shit. That'd be fun.
Sweet.
And
All right, you got the YouTube off?
No, we're
the-
still rolling.
Okay.
with
Well, YouTube.
Say bye.
but